Okay, well, just let everyone know it's being recorded, as you've just heard, so I hope that's okay with everybody. I'm excited for today's show. We've got a lot of people who are going to be performing. I've got a little co-host. She's a little 10-year-old talented little superstar. She's going to be joining me in a minute. I just played a little video of just some of the artwork that I've done over the years, just to show you that, you know, I do art and it means a lot to me. And that's why I do these sort of events, because art's been a really important part of my life. It's helped me through a lot of stuff, good, bad, and the ugly. I always go to art. So I just encourage everyone to use any creative means to express themselves in, you know, any age. So that's basically why I do these events and try and put everyone on a platform so we can all share and express what we're doing. So is my little co-host there? Oh, we got Danny as well. Is my little Danny's helping me out. Hi, Danny. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Hi, she's a best-selling children's author. She's got a book called Sienna Start School, which is smashing it. You come back on screen, then you come back on screen. She's helping out today a lot, so we're gonna big her up. And then we've got my little Dior, my little co-host. You wanna say hi, Dior?
Hi.
This is my.
She's gorgeous.
She is. She like. I'm so honored today to have her co-hosting with me.
Yeah.
Everybody, give Dior a little warm welcome.
Welcome, welcome, and you, Danielle, as well.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it without these guys today. Couldn't do it without all of you guys. And Dior, she loves drawing as well, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what she does in a little bit. Yeah, let me bring her on now. Actually, Dior, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you do, if you're ready?
I do horse riding. I love drawing, and it's one of the favourite things I love to do, honestly. But I just sometimes get that feeling of what to draw. What on earth is there to draw? Horse riding, I do. I have a bit where it's fun and a negative bit that goes straight down, which is picking up poo and wee, obviously. And I get frustrating because the shavings are still in there. And yeah, I just throw away the shavings. But I'm going to give you a bit of information, more information about me and what I do. My name's Dior Roche. I'm 10 years old and I have a love for horses. Since 5 years old, I have worked my way up to be a professional rider. The fun bit is that I can ride, as I said, and I can canter. The negative bit is also picking up poo and wee. Every Thursday I help my nan at the local youth club in Birmingham. What I do to help them is obviously live independently and to read and spell and all of that. I enjoy it a lot, and there's nothing more on earth that I could hope for.
See what I mean? See, guys, see why she's such a brilliant little, and she's 10 years old, she's already doing all that.
Nice. That's good. I love that.
And she does a lot of work with asylum seekers, don't you, Dior?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they love you too, don't they? So that's why we love her today. So yeah, Dior is going to actually introduce my first guest, or our first guest, aren't you? Do you remember our first guest?
Yeah.
Okay, so take it away.
Is Quentin Green, spoken word poet, anti-knife crime prevention.
Mr. Quentin, could you have a better intro than that, sir?
No, I don't think I could. Absolutely. Really inspiring. Puts me to shame. There's me thinking I had a polished introduction. I've been thrown right off by that.
Me too. I told everyone she was going to steal the show and steal your hearts, and I'm not wrong. Anyway, sorry, take it away.
Good to see. Okay, so hello everyone. Nice to see everyone in the windows, and some of you not necessarily, but that's fine. Hello Anifa, hello Cecile, and others. Yes, just a quick introduction because I'm just mindful of time from the off. I'm Quentin. I'm a professional youth mentor. I started an online charitable initiative called Knife Crime Victim Support, supporting people in the community who have been affected by knife crime and serious youth violence. And also that led on to an educational side of things, because I'm a big advocate of early intervention and preventative work. So we started music mentoring arts and poetry. So that's called MAP workshops. We use poetry in schools and with youth organizations, colleges, young offenders, rehabilitation, all of that kind of work to help young people and adults. We're also mainstream schools as well, to be able to express themselves through the medium of creative writing, and to be able to understand and process their environment, process their circumstances, and to open up a conversation to help them with communication and dialogue, which is obvious, which is key, you know. It's key, and in some cases we've had disclosures, we've had people have come out of court orders, had their court orders revoked because of interaction with us. We've worked with police forces and seen really good learning outcomes. So that's me, MAP Workshops, and I wanted to open up with a poem just to so that you know who you're listening to, and then we'll try and do a really quick exercise. So it basically, I'm just compressing everything I do in really quickly. This poem here is called My Name is Humanity, and I wrote that for a police force, Essex Police Force, who wanted to go into the community and educate young people about hate crime and prejudice and preconceptions and misconceptions and all that. So this is called My Name is Humanity. I'm going to ask you actually, I'm going to ask you at one point to grab a book that you have read. Just be mindful of that. I don't want you to run off yet. I do want you to listen to the poem, but be mindful of that. I'm going to ask you to grab a book that you have read, okay? With words in it, not necessarily just titles or drawings. Right, My Name is Humanity. My name is Humanity. And you can listen to me impartially, but either way, it seems to me that now's the time I need to speak. You see, parts of me are falling apart at the seams, and I'm seeing things that make me feel like I need to be woken up from a bad dream. Why? Because it's hard for the mind to know that some of us are being unkind instead of humankind, whilst others turn a blind eye to the plight of those being marginalized. It's like I've opened up a window that I can't minimize and most definitely can't justify. You see, I just can't understand how we've multiplied at the same time as being divided, how we have the technology to guide missiles, but we're still being misguided. What happened to the spirit of togetherness? When did we forget the concept of acceptance? By the time I finish this sentence, there's a story of one of us being born out of love. But at the same time, someone, somewhere has had more than enough. Frequently harassed, repeatedly attacked for the color of his skin or for the beliefs that he has. Because he's living with a man or she's wearing a hijab. Ask the person driving them away, the one swearing at the cab, why he feels this way. He'll say he learned it from his dad, or I saw it growing up and it's just the way I am. I think sometimes we develop contempt for what we don't understand, but if we envelop resent, then things won't go to plan. From the woman in the wheelchair who was verbally abused to the boy who got picked on when they heard he was confused. You don't have to be the same as every person in the room. I know it's hard to be yourself when they're persecuting you, but they connect with your soul. If they were walking in your shoes, could we have a common goal instead of separating groups? Can we remember World War II and why we had to send the troops? Can we stop demonizing Muslims and dehumanizing Jews? Can we try not to troll when we post from our devices, like the ones who associate every Asian with ISIS, then walk into a restaurant and try all of their spices? I don't want my kids to grow up in a world where everybody's fighting, where people are isolated because an attitude defines them, where your race or religion can leave you outside at night frightened, where a Chinese man is beaten because he invented COVID-19. I am humanity. You don't have to victimize me. You are me. I know sometimes not everyone agrees and everyone's entitled to opinions and beliefs, but there's no need for extremism. Every single one of you, the reason I exist. Be the real you. Don't embrace a narrative. You need to know we'll all disappear if I breathe my last breath. Because if everybody's far right, we'll have nobody left.
Big
Peace.
clicks, big clicks.
Thank you. What I try to do is relate to, because I wanted to look at all the protected characteristics like race, color, gender, sexual orientation. So in order to be able to do that, I felt that I needed to give personification to humanity itself, because then I could encompass everything, the whole of humanity, by talking from humanity's point of view, rather than trying to go over here and address that and go over here and address that, and be jumping and skipping everywhere. So what I wanted to do just quickly is, thank you, Danielle. I wanted to ask you to grab some pen and paper if you can, or if not, you can type, or you can use your notes on your phone, anything to be able to get involved in this really quick exercise. So what I often do is I get involved in prompts and free writing. And so I'm going to introduce you a little bit to that. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to give you the first sentence. Now, it doesn't have to rhyme. It can be prose, it can be open writing, it can be free write, it can be a poem if you want to show off. People like Cecile will very definitely smash this. And Just Star, that goes without saying. Right, so, and then what I'm going to do at one point as well is include location, time of day and color, but I will let you know as well. So the first sentence then for all of you is, I opened my eyes and had no idea where I was. I opened my eyes and had no idea where I was. So what I would like for you to do is continue that sentence and expand on that, and possibly, like I say, make it into a poem, make it into prose. Where were you? What happened? You had no idea where you were, but why were you confused? Ask yourself those questions. When you're writing, the more questions you ask, the more answers you will answer when you're speaking to your audience. So I'll give you probably 60 seconds with that. Only a couple of sentences, and it doesn't have to be anything too fantastic, but it's an exercise that you can take in your own time. And whilst you're writing that, may be mindful of location. So we'll use location in this first sentence. I opened my eyes and had no idea where I was. Although you never knew where you was, did you find a location? Did you manage to go somewhere? Did you find your orientation? Use your imagination and picture, really immerse yourself into that sentence. So I'll be quiet for a second after repeating it one more time. I opened my eyes and had no idea where I was. Olive, I've just seen your message. Of course you can. I'll send it to you on a YouTube link. So about 20 seconds then, just to tie that up, 20 seconds if you can. Going into 10 seconds, so tie that up. Okay then. If anyone gets behind, please do let me know. You can feel free to message me in chat. But the main thing from this today is just to show you the exercise and how to approach it. So the second sentence then, if it doesn't quite tie in, and if you think, don't get all daunted and, oh my gosh, it doesn't tie in, write a little bit at the end of what you just wrote to make it tie in. So we can use, but we possibly use location in the first sentence. Now let's look at the time of day. Yeah. If we use location and time of day and color, what it does is it puts the audience in your environment, in your world. So the second sentence is, it all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. So it might have thrown you off a little bit, but there's nothing like a little challenge, is there? I'm sure Dior is, I'm looking forward to hearing yours, Dior. So it all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. What happened there? So the first sentence, I opened my eyes when I had no idea where I was. I'm not sure what happened. It's a mystery, isn't it? That happened in between. Each of you will have different interpretations. So we want to include location, and we do want to include time of day. What time of day at the airport? Was it night? Was it afternoon? Whatever happened, it all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. That's a long sentence. So what I'll do is I will just type it and give you about 60 seconds after that. I'm quite slow at typing, so do take advantage of this. Case at the airport. What happened? Who was around? How did you feel? Was you nervous? Were you excited? Are people looking at you, thinking, hold on a minute, that looks a bit like my suitcase? Are the airport security looking at you? Is that putting you on edge? So often when we approach writing, we ask these questions because it makes it real. Although we've only put a couple of paragraphs, you know, by the end of the poem, a couple of stanzas, they call it, you still can help build a whole universe just from a couple of stanzas. So it all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. 20 seconds. Into 10 seconds. Okay, right, a couple more then. I'll cut it down a little bit. My mind was in overdrive. It felt like I'd been hit by a car. What happened? So you had a really eventful day so far. You opened your eyes, you didn't know where you were. Then you picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. Now your mind's in overdrive and it felt like you'd been hit by a car. In that sentence, can we please use color? Can we infuse color, some sort of color? And if you can, if you really want to show off with poetry, try to use other colors instead of red, green, or blue. You could kind of say kind of violet or crimson or jade. Sometimes with poetry, you try not to be predictable and use what everybody else would use. It doesn't have to be a red coat. It could be a crimson coat. It doesn't have to be blue jeans. It could be purple jeans. It doesn't have to be a green shade of wallpaper. It could be a jade shade of wallpaper. So my mind was in overdrive. It felt like I'd been hit by a car. Where does that take you? Where does that take you? Dee Bailey, where are you? Where does that take you, Dee? Be interested to see what you've got. So Cass, Hanifa, Hazel, or Hazel, however you say it, sorry. I do know Hazel's. Is that Elia Gardes? Right then. There's a few more lines, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie that up now. So I'm going to give you 2 more lines because I really would like for some of you to share in the time that I've got. Is that okay, Justa? We're about on time? If she's not gone to make some cereal.
Cereal's all done. You got time. I'm trying to get. I'm like, whoa, this is an eventful day.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's good. That's good.
I don't want to know what happens in your days. In your one day, this is enough. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, lots happens in my day, honestly. A chaotic and creative day. I like that. Right then. So this is your opportunity to grab a book that you're reading and use the approach that we're using now. I want you to flip open the book. I meant to get a book actually as an example, but I'd like for you to flip open the book and land at any page. Don't think about it too much. Pick a line out of that book that will help you with your poem. Land at any page. Try not to cheat. Don't look down that page and think, no, that's not going to go. Actually really challenge yourself and try and go with it. So open the book, just like this. Flip to a page. If it's disastrous, then then maybe flip to another page, but don't flip and flip and flip. Takes the fun away from it. Okay, if you haven't got a book to hand, you can use Sometimes I Wish I Could Fly Away. Sometimes I wish I could fly away. If you have got a book that you are reading, open the book at any page and incorporate that into the fact that your mind was going into overdrive. You felt like you'd been hit by a car. Started accidentally when I picked up the wrong suitcase. I opened my eyes, I had no idea what it was, this chaos, this creative day. Then you've opened your book now, whatever sentence that is, I look forward to hearing some of those. And if you haven't got a book to hand, like I say, Sometimes I Wish I Could Fly Away. 30 seconds with that. Into about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So using the line of your book to incorporate that into a poem, really looking forward to what some of you may have come up with. We obviously won't be able to get to hear them all today, but if you want to submit them to Justa, then I'm sure she'll share with me. Sometimes I wish I could fly away if you haven't got your book. Okay. All right then, just quickly then, just to tie it up then, we're just looking at a conclusion. And the conclusion here is, it felt like the end, but maybe we can carry on. Maybe we can carry on. If in your story there's not two of you by the end, if it's just you, then you can say, maybe I could carry on. Or if you're writing about a character, if you've developed a character, maybe he could carry on, or maybe she should carry on. It doesn't have to be strict. It felt like the end, but maybe we, he, she, I could carry on. I will give you 60 seconds with that, purely because that is the very last line. So if you tie that up, I'm gonna put my stopwatch on, literally 60 seconds with it, okay? Felt like the end, but maybe we can carry on. Hello to Keza on Facebook Live, is it? Kerry Ghana. Hello, Kerry. Hope you're getting involved, Kerry, as well. So we've got 30, well, that went quick, 30 seconds left. And then strictly what happens is we do have to put our pens down. We do have to put our pens down on 60 seconds. We're approaching that now. 15 seconds. Let's tie it up. We can go back over it maybe and have a look, just so you can proofread it. 58, 59, 60. Okay, pens down. You should have been my teacher. English would have been so much better. Thank you, Olive. I do go into schools delivering PSHE and English creative writing. I never ever thought I'd be a teacher, but here I am. Okay, so let's have, what I'm going to do is literally, I want you, 3 of you, if you can, to share. And the way I'm going to do this, and this is how I usually do it on Zoom, is basically the first 3 to type. Now, I could either have a shy audience or an enthusiastic or a keen audience. So the first 3 to type in me on the chat. Justa, I don't think you should be included, to be honest. No. Oh, do we think we should include Justa? Let's try and hear some. Okay, so we've got Danielle. And sometimes it comes up in a different order, by the way. because I've had arguments between schools when they said, no, we did it. It comes up. So on my chat, it says Danielle first, Dior. That's great. Really looking forward to hearing
let her in, man. Let
Oh,
Just Star in.
Hanifa, yo,
Come on,
no,
man. Let her
Quinton,
in. Let her in.
Quinton,
I
Mr.
mean,
Melisse.
I say it right now. I didn't even chance that one because I left the room for 1 minute and then I heard you chanting some sentences and I said, you know what? That's not happening today. So I'm just going to listen and I'm
Yeah,
going to
gonna
enjoy
listen.
that.
Oh, Hanifa, no, see,
Yeah.
Hanifa is the one that got me back into poetry, yeah? So, yeah, so
Bruh.
she's hiding in the background there, like, oh, no. She is
Yeah.
the reason why I
you're
started doing
hiding in the
poetry.
background. You didn't
Yeah.
chance it. You didn't chance
Nah.
it. And you're,
No.
you're
If you saw my head top, you'd just say, no, get off the screen, get off the screen. No. It's one of those days when it's just not happening. So it's not happening today, but I
Okay,
just love
okay.
the listening in thing.
fine.
Well, love for being here, Hanifa. You know, I got my mad love for you. But Hanifa really was my poetry teacher. We had a little group going. We had a few with Hanifa. And that's the reason I got back into poetry, man. And I do spoken word now.
Thank you, Justina. But I don't know about that. But anyway, thanks, sis. No, I just say let her
anyway,
in.
look, we got
Let her
three
in.
and
Okay.
Cecile. Because
Right, okay.
I was
hold
going to
on a
nominate
minute.
Cecile.
Yes,
So,
we've got the
perfect.
3 names. So let's just focus on that. We've
Mhm.
gone off rails. Thank you, Hanifa.
All right.
Right, so Danielle,
Hello.
what would you like to share with us then?
Yeah, thanks for this, Quinton. Quite interested.
Thank you.
So I started off with, I opened my eyes and I had no idea where I was. The darkness had consumed me, a blur, a shadow, a silhouette. Where am I? Who am I? It all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. Confusion became real. If I was lost, how could I be found? My mind was in overdrive. It felt like I'd been hit by a car. A kaleidoscope of colours had merged in one. It made me almost colourblind, a surprising transformation. When we think about race, does race really have any colour?
Yes, fantastic. I'm really super impressed. I love the fact that if I was lost, how could I be found? The way that you incorporated that. And that's obviously when you lose luggage, that's where you go to the lost and found. The way you did that was absolutely ingenious. So yeah, hats off to you with that one. Really well done. If you don't mind typing that and sending that to Justar, that would be great. Or Justina.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Thanks, Danielle. Well done.
Nice.
Where were we? So the second one was Dior. Dior, please.
I opened my eyes and I had no idea where I was, but I managed to find the place I truly loved. It all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport, but I felt embarrassed that people were staring at me in the daylight. My mind was in overdrive. It felt like I had been hit by a car. I could only see the colour grey, a dark grey. My mind got drawn to attention. It felt like the end, but maybe I can carry on.
Wow, absolutely
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah.
What you did
So-
with that, Dior, is you took the listener to where your universe is, to where your poetry is. And you know, when you said you referred to the greys and you referred to the shade of the greys, you showed where people were staring and you felt like you was really on the spot, you was embarrassed. So we really get that picture. So that's really good imagery there, and great use of words. So well done, Dior. Well done.
Nice.
Cecile, no pressure for you, Cecile.
Thank you. Yeah, I should have gone
I want to
first.
still knock it out. Knock it out.
No. Right, okay. So I opened my eyes and I had no idea where I was. I remember, see, I can't even speak.
That's okay.
I remember leaving my home and getting on a plane to leave Afghanistan, leaving the only life I have known. I opened my eyes and I am now in another country. It was dark when I left the plane and went to collect my luggage. It all started when I accidentally picked up the wrong suitcase at the airport. I went to walk through departures when the airport security stopped me and opened the suitcase, which I realised was not mine. Oh my God, there was a question mark, question mark, question mark. My mind was in overdrive and it felt like I had been hit by a car. Inside the suitcase was a magenta coloured drawstring bag. Oh my God, it was a bomb. It's not my suitcase. It's not my bomb. What am I going to do? I felt like the end, but maybe I could carry on.
Oh, that is a cliffhanger, isn't it?
That's the
That
seal,
is a
man.
cliffhanger. Really
What
well
you
done.
doing? Oh no. Yeah, brilliant.
And you know what? I'm reading this book because I'm in a book club, and I opened up the page and there it says the bomb.
No,
And I just thought, yeah.
imagine that. Imagine that.
No.
Well done. I
Yeah.
think what you did with that as well. So the person on the plane from Afghanistan, so there's a bit of hope there because you're on the
Yeah.
plane and you think you're landing at the other side and you think, okay, so a new story, a new chapter's ahead of you. You've probably been excited, you've been nervous, you've picked up this suitcase, it's the wrong suitcase, and then you've got yourself in a whole heap of trouble. So it's a case of kind of like out of the frying pan or into the fire. Where would you rather be, back in Afghanistan or in London or whatever airport you landed at with what could be a bomb in the magenta coloured drawstring bag? I wonder, what an imaginative, bomb wrapping. Yeah, I mean, this is how we have fun with it. It just shows the power of imagination and where it can take you and lead you. And when you feel like you are have writer's block, or you feel like you're a little bit stuck here and there, think about colours, think about location, think about time of day, and then open the books up at sentences. It often helps. And what I will do, just to conclude this, is always use your 5 senses as well. Yeah, touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, all of that. What can you hear? What can you see? What did you taste? I said all the others. What can you smell? And so that then you're building on your own little universe, and you can just add layers to that. So thank you, and I'm mindful of time. So if I've had my time, I mean, I could finish with a poem, or if we're off for time, I can move on. We can move on.
Drop us a little lyric.
Drop us a little lyric. I've got a short poem, actually. I had a short poem just prepared. This is one that I wrote for a homeless charity, just to help raise awareness around homelessness. Tiny triggers, just to let you know, especially for the younger people, but it's okay. Well, I hope it's okay. Ruthless by myself. So ruthless, play on words there. Head hanging with a heavy heart and hurt in your soul. Brave in the cold, in shoes with holes in the soles. Has anybody listened to the stories you've told? You sleep there every night, the streets ain't paved with gold. Curled in a ball under donated blankets with Sainsbury's written on 2 cardboard mattresses. Someone just came along and Snapchatted you with sandwiches that they bought. You said thanks, but that was freaking embarrassing. I don't think they realize how your living can be ruthless, even though they can see that where you're living is ruthless. And the truth is, you're fully aware that changes need to be made, but right now you're penniless and some change needs to be made. They say you're begging on the streets, but you're hardly collecting. And when they're calling you a junkie, stay calm and collect. Because nobody ever asks you, how did you get here? They look down and walk past, go home and forget. Like you never existed. Didn't care that you was in care as a kid. Never knew that your dad went down for a 6 when you were 6 and it turned your mum into an alcoholic. Or that she attempted suicide and nearly died from taking tablets. Or that she moved her boyfriend in who'd rather kick you than kick a crack habit. Now that's damage. You knew more about class A's than getting A's in class. Lost your childhood because you was raised too far. When people look at you saying, don't blame the past, you look up, shake your head and say, you don't know the heart. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Love that.
That was amazing,
Love
Quentin.
that.
Like, if anybody's not heard of Quentin before, then I don't know what you've been living under. But Mr. Melesse, he's been doing a lot of stuff. works with a lot of people, is a great role model for children and everyone really. So that's why I'm so glad to have him on the show and seeing him writing prompts. I was ready to write a book there. I was like, I'm not even into non-fiction. I was like, okay, like this. And then when I heard them stories as well, like what Danny, Dior and Cecile came out with was like mind-blowing. That was like in what, 3 minutes?
It was really well done.
So,
man. Absolutely,
yeah.
really well
So,
done.
Mad props to Mr. Molese for joining us. I'm going to put your details in the chat. Everyone can find him online, see some of the stuff he's doing. He's got a website going live. I won't say when because I know that's a touchy subject right now.
Almost nearly ready. It's nearly ready. Can't
It's
wait.
nearly ready. So yeah, big up again, like mad love. Everybody check him out. Instagram, who is Mr. Molese, online. I'll put that all on the chat in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, next. Sorry.
Oh,
what you
sorry.
said? No, go for it.
That one.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, Spotify, Mr. Molese, there you go. So yeah. Next up though, we've got somebody else changing it up a little bit. We've got Cecile, and she just dropped in a few lyrics there, and she's been very shy to share poetry before, so I'm glad that she done that. But yeah, Cecile is like a counselor, therapist. She'll tell you more. Take it away, my girl.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Yes, so my name's Cecile. I am a therapist. I've got quite a few different hats, actually. So my day job up until the end of September is working with adults with learning difficulties and mental health and the elderly. But I'm changing that. I'm going to be a youth counsellor, an online youth counsellor. But I also have a private practice, so I do youth counselling. I counsel adults as well. And I also work for the Black Trans Foundation, supporting the LGBTQ community. What's to say? There's many therapists, there's lots of therapists. For me, the majority of my work is working with young people. It's supporting them through whatever challenges that they're going through, and trying to get them on that path so that they can achieve all the goals that they want to achieve, really. It's not an easy task. It's not easy to actually get to therapists, for starters. You know, the waiting list is never ending. But we're getting out there, you know, we're out there, we're trying to help wherever we can. I've done a little poem that I might share. It's just it's in progress.
Did I hear the word might? No, I didn't hear the word might. Sorry, carry on.
It's a work in progress. Okay, so it's a quite a rough draft, but the background of it is I've done a lot of work. I've been working with young people, I don't know, about 15 years. And there's lots of things that impact a young person's life. Children can be mean to each other. You know, it's as simple as that. They can be mean to each other. There's social media, there's various, you know, different things that go on there that have an impact. But one of the biggest impacts is parents, families. And so I put it out there. This is not about all parents. Not all parents are the catalyst to their child's insecurities, but there are some parents. And I see that so many times, you know, things that they say, things that they do. Life has an impact as well. So I've put a little something together about parents and therapists. So I haven't even got a title because it kind of a combination for both. So here we go, okay? Who is there for the children? Who supports them along the way? The answer is simple. It's the parents. That sounds so simple to say, they're parents, but that is not always the case. Some parents are unable to do this and mess them up instead. Whilst I am not laying blame on all parents, some are definitely at fault, putting their own needs first and forgetting those around them. The impact parents' choices have on the children can last for years and years. It can leave a child feeling vulnerable and not know which way to turn. I despair at the number of children I've supported and how often their lives have been affected by their parents. It can be the words that are used, or it can be physical violence. So who is there for the children when the parents are not? We are there for the children. The therapists are there to support. Whilst I wish that this was not the case, it is where we're at the moment. What I'm able to do is support as many children as I can. It's not easy, it takes time to gain trust, but once that trust is gained, the work can begin. I'm there to support the children, to understand their feelings, to build coping mechanisms on the road to positivity. There are many of us out there working with children of various ages. Our hope is to give the children the tools they need to be the child they want to be. So it's...
Yeah.
Agreed, Hanifa.
Loving that. Love it. So deep. So much in there. Wow.
Yeah.
Not criticizing anyone. You're not criticizing. You're not judging. You're not laying blame. But you're actually being real. Saying, look, let's just accept that there are all of us. We kind of like mess up. No one's perfect, and we mess up. But we just have to look at that. We have to face it. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have to face it. We just got to face it. Can't keep running and blaming everybody else. Just have to face it. Yeah. Thanks for that. Lovely.
Thank you. Yes, so I think for me, have you put my details in the chat?
Literally about to do it.
Okay, yeah, so like I said, I am a therapist, all-round therapist, but I do specialise in supporting young people because we see on these platforms some young people who are, they are thriving and they are doing everything that they want to do, but there are others out there who don't have that opportunity, and it's trying to get to those ones to support them so that they can have the opportunity and to do the things they want to do. That's me.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that, Sil, as well. And for someone who's going on that they don't share poetry, I don't know what you're talking about. So now you've got no excuse.
I don't share poetry.
Look at that though. That was amazing, and that was so deep, and that was so real. And yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. But
I know.
Basically, next I'm gonna let my little co-host with the most, my little Dior, see her there. She's gonna introduce our next guest who take it away, Dior. You ready?
Our next guest is Danny Harvey, aka my auntie. She is a teacher, an author, a mother, and yeah. So take it away.
Well done, Dior. You're doing absolutely fantastic. So proud of you. So yeah, I am Danielle Harvey, and I am a mother to two beautiful daughters. I'm a teacher of English, and I'm the best-selling children's author of Sienna Starts School, which is here and up on my roller banner as well. I know Justina will put details in, so if you are interested, I kind of wear many hats as well. Yeah, and at the moment, what I'm kind of going into is anti-racism and wanting to be an anti-racist practitioner. That's something that I'm really kind of wanting to push forth now, especially because my books, I've got a few more that I want to kind of write on, will start to kind of delve into anti-racism. But I've been teaching for 8 years now, qualified in 2013. And honestly, I love teaching. I love creative writing. I've got such a strong passion for it. And what I'm going to kind of present to you today is something that I do with my students, which is making Shakespeare a little bit more modern by incorporating hip hop into it. So I hope that you'll get involved and you'll be active with this. And if I do go over, Justina, you're gonna have to keep me on time because it's quite a long piece. So yeah, let's get started. The first thing that I would really like to do with you is kind of see if you can guess the difference between Shakespearean language and hip hop. So I'm just going to share my screen. You might need a pen and paper if you've got anything there, but they are numbered 1 to 6. Just move my screen over. Right, can everyone see that okay?
Perfect.
Super. So yeah. Obviously, those who probably know who William Shakespeare is, he's a well-known writer and part of the British canon. We do a lot of Shakespeare, especially at GCSE, and we have to incorporate that. But what I find is because it's so outdated, some of the students automatically feel that they can't do it, don't want to engage, and struggle with that. So I wanted to make it a little bit more accessible for those who are vulnerable and are not kind of, I guess, kind of made aware about Shakespearean language and understand how to access it. So here you have 6 lyrics. I want you to kind of decide, so I will read them out in a minute, whether you think that they're a modern day lyric or whether you feel that they could be a bard by William Shakespeare. So the first one, number 1, is to destroy the beauty from which one came. Is that Shakespearean or hip hop? Maybe it's hated, I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Men would rather use their broken records than their bare hands. I was not born under a rhyming planet. The most benevolent king communicates through your dreams. Socrates' philosophy and hypothesis can't define me. So just have a quick look. I'm going to give you less than a minute to have a go. You can number them and just tell me, what do you think, if they're hip hop or if they're Shakespearean? And if you feel that they are hip hop, can you tell me the person that's actually written it, who's the rapper? And if you think it's Shakespearean, can you tell me which play or poem it might be from? Right, guys, off you go. You can, 30 seconds. I'm going to pick on random people, so please get involved. And you can unmute for this as well, guys. So I do like it when people are talking to me. Just having a look, see who we've got. I can randomly select. Justina, do you want me to put some names in the chat so I can see who I can pick on?
Oh, you're making me pick on people.
If you send me some names, I'll
Okay.
definitely be picking on them. So D Bailey, I'm going to go to you first.
I literally just saw her name and I just thought, yo, I'm picking on D Bailey. So
Yeah.
get ready, D Bailey.
Quinton, I'm hoping that you don't let us down on this one.
I think Hazel should get involved as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah.
Just don't be using the
I'm
internet.
making no excuses.
No internet.
Okay, guys, you got about 10 seconds. Okay, cool. Right.
Maybe you should pick on James actually as well. I haven't heard anything from James.
We'll start. Okay, just
Or
start.
Kaz. Oh, Kaz will be good. Oh, Kaz. You'll be
All right,
picked on.
just start. I'll let you pick for number 1.
All right, Kaz, you done it? You in the building?
What have you put,
I'm
Kaz?
here.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Kaz, you should come on screen and give a little promo for your book.
Oh no, you do it. No, I can't do it. All right, I just want to do the quiz. It's all right.
Okay, go on. There you go. Kaz, take it away.
I don't know. I haven't written it down. Can I see the
Yeah, share
question
screen again, Dan.
Am I doing the whole lot?
No, just the first one.
All right. Can you tell me what it was again?
It is to destroy the beauty from which one came. What do you think?
I think that's rap.
It is.
Yes.
You're correct. Which
I
artist?
legit thought that was Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Which one do you think it is, and what made you from that? What made you think it was hip hop?
I think it was because it was from which, and I was thinking, would Shakespeare have written that?
Okay. Any ideas who the rapper might be, or has anyone in the audience kind of got an
I'll give you
idea?
rappers.
Like Jay-Z or someone.
It is Jay-Z. Well done. That's a bonus to you.
It's a great quiz, by the way.
So yeah, so well done, Kaz. I'm writing down your names because I am going to be giving away a copy of my children's book for those.
Oh,
my
you need to get a
goodness.
prize. You need to write my name down.
Yeah, so guys, you need to be. So we've got so far, Kaz, you got it right. Quinton, I'll give you a bonus point. So number 2 was maybe it's hatred I spew, maybe it's food for the spirit. Who are we picking on? Just star.
James or D?
Okay, we'll go with D.
D Bailey, you in the building?
Unmute.
She's playing that game. Okay, we'll go with James.
James, have a go. Need to unmute.
Everyone's getting shy. Why is everyone getting shy? Poetic Angel's just joined. She would have done it, but she's not. What about Tila? Tila, you done it?
I'm just I've really come in at the wrong moment because I have no idea. I have no idea what you're doing. But would you believe it? I've got a cup here that's got loads of Shakespeare quotes on it, but none.
No way.
Well, we
yeah.
are trying to figure out whether it's Shakespearean or hip hop. So I'm just going to read it to
The
you
quotes
again.
again, Danny, if you can,
Yeah.
on the screen, please.
It's just because I can't see you guys when I'm
Oh,
sharing.
yeah.
I think it's Shakespearean because he said shrewd. The word shrewd is like
Old
Did you
school.
say shrewd though or spew?
Spewed.
spewed. That's it.
It's
Sorry, I said
I
spewed.
spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit.
Yeah, that sounds like Shakespeare to me.
Let's go. Midsummer Night's Dream.
It's hip hop.
Oh,
No way.
Anyone got an idea who may have written it? Which rapper?
Eminem.
It is.
Oh my, so you didn't shut up.
Eminem. Richard's got on a roll today. So yeah, it is. It's Eminem. Okay, the next one is men would rather use their broken records than their bare hands.
What do you reckon, Shanti? Unmute yourself. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
I don't know why I have a gut instinct saying it's hip hop.
You think it's hip hop? Okay.
Yeah,
Any idea on who it could be if it is hip hop?
not a clue.
It is Shakespeare and it's Othello.
wow.
Yeah.
It throws you off a little bit, yeah, because you don't think there's records in Shakespeare time.
But this is what I'm saying. It's all poetic, isn't it? So when people are saying, oh, I can't do Shakespeare, what I'm trying to show them is the music that you listen to is Shakespearean because it's very poetic. It's the lyrics.
But did they have where were the record players in Shakespeare's time? Did
Well,
Shakespeare have record players? I can't imagine Shakespeare doing pulling up a reload.
it's in Othello. Go and read the play.
No, I believe you. I was just trying to work out if there were records around. No, I believe
What
you.
if they had hype girls?
It's quite modern, isn't it? I think. So moving on, number 4. I was not born under a rhyming planet. What are we saying? Just start you gonna pick someone?
Rap.
No, student, not rap. Who you picking? Which?
Oh.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I've got to look back in the room again. Poetic Angel, what you saying, my G?
Greetings, everybody. Greetings.
Yo,
I don't know. What was that last one?
I was not born under a rhyming planet. Is that hip hop or is that Shakespearean?
I think that is hip hop.
Okay.
I
Why?
wouldn't.
Why are you saying hip hop?
only because of the depths of it.
Yeah, okay.
It connects to. Sorry, go on.
It's Shakespeare. It's Much Ado
Oh,
About.
okay.
But I get what you mean where you're saying it's like the metaphor that comes through.
Yeah.
The imagery that's created. Yeah, but it's
Talking about the universe connections.
yeah, it's Shakespearean. So far we've
Wow.
only got 2 correct, guys. Number 5, the most benevolent king communicates through your dreams. Quinton, I'm going to.
I was going to pick on Hanifa.
Yeah, if you want to, you can pick on something.
Hanifa?
I think I know, but
Okay, I'm not coming to you then.
He always gets them right. He always knows who the rapper is, whatever.
Exactly. Tell me who it is then, Mr. Melise. Just whisper. Anyway, you know what? I've got every single one of them wrong so far. So now I've got no faith and no confidence and that. I'm looking for the sympathy vote. I've got Shakespeare.
Shakespeare? It's hip hop.
It's
Shakespeare.
wrong. No.
At least you got 5 out of 5 wrong, Hanifa.
5 out of 5, you know, not one single one right. That's bad, man.
It's hip hop and it's Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, right. Mhm.
Okay, and our final one, Socratic philosophy hypotheses can't define me.
Right, that is 100% hip hop, and that is Wu-Tang Clan as well.
It is. So you are our winner of our Sienna Start School as well, Quinton. So
Yes, too many
I got one
answers.
right. I got one right. That's it. Got one right. That's the Wu-Tang Clan.
But do I get a free book?
Yes, you do. Well done. Congratulations.
Whoa,
Did anyone get
nice
6
one.
out of 6 anyway? Who wasn't speaking? No lies now, guys.
I've got about 5.5.
Anyway, we're going to move
5.5, you know. Where you get a half from?
Because I was wondering, the part where I was wondering whether it was Eminem or not.
Okay. We'll let you have it. Right, I'm going to move on really quickly. Someone got 4 right. Well done. Let's have a look. Someone got 2. Can't see the rest of the chat yet, but well done, guys. So what I want us to do, guys, now is have a go at doing our own sonnet. So I'm going to kind of give you the ingredients on what kind of goes into a sonnet and see if you can kind of put that together for me. So I'm just going to share my screen. Just let me know once you can see it. So just bear with me. Okay, so just make my screen share it at the top. Okay, so basically what I want us to kind of really look at is the way that Shakespeare puts his sonnets together. Have we got anyone in here who likes sonnets or has read Shakespeare's poems or plays? Any teachers in the house? Just type in the chat for me. So Oliver's put 3 and no artist. Oh, that's how many she guessed right. Does anybody just type in the chat if you have or you've come across his works before? Quinton, I'm guessing you have. Tila, yep, fantastic. Studied Shakespeare at uni, lovely. So you should be good at this. So the purpose of this task is to basically give you the opportunity to have a go at writing your own sonnet, just like Shakespeare. But I want us to focus on the form in which we're going to write our own sonnet. So the first thing that I want you to do is have a look at my name, which is Danielle, and just tell me how many syllables do you think that my name has? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to type in the chat.
Yeah.
How many syllables are in my name?
Danielle.
Okay. Someone says Tila.
Danielle.
Anyone else
Danielle.
think they know how many syllables?
Danielle.
Yes, there's 3 syllables, guys. So it's Danielle. So when we're doing Shakespearean, whenever you're writing, it's about syllables than it is about words. So there's 3 syllables, Danielle. So I want you to really think how many syllables are going to be in your first line, okay? So this is what needs to be in. So a sonnet has to have 14 lines. Just start, do you want to type this in? So this is the requirement. You need 14 lines and 3 quatrains. A quatrain is what we would call a stanza or a paragraph. So there's 14 lines.
How many, what, sorry, 14 lines and how many?
Can you see the screen?
Okay, my bad, sorry.
Yeah. So it's 14 lines, your poem, and it has to have 3 quatrains with 1 rhyming couplet. And a rhyming couplet is basically just 2 lines. So 3 paragraphs, if you want to call it that, but we call them quatrains, and then 1 rhyming couplet, which is 2 lines. And we use a rhyme scheme, and the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, and G, G. So the first line, the last word on the first line is what we call the A rhyme. So that A needs to rhyme with your third line. So for instance, sway and hay. So the first line and the third line need to rhyme. And then in your second line, B and B. So it's basically every alternating line needs to rhyme. So I'll show you an example in a minute. So just, you put that in, just start. The rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B. That's your first quatrain, 4 lines. C, D, C, D, your second quatrain. E, F, E, F, your third quatrain, and then G, G, your rhyming couplet, which is the same rhyme scheme. But the thing that makes it tricky is there has to be 10 syllables on each line. So that's what makes it the sonnet, is that you've got the 10 syllables, and it basically gives it what we call an iambic pentameter, which is, if you think of your heart, it goes the dum, the dum, the dum, the dum. So it's only got to have 10 syllables, not words, syllables. So that's where you've got to really push yourself to make it really concise. If you can't do 10 syllables, I'll let you off for this one. But if you want to push yourself, then I'd recommend you push for the 10 syllables. So you get that the dum, the dum, the dum, the dum, which is what Shakespeare is known for in the iambic pentameter. So does anybody have any questions before we move on about the assessment requirements? No? Yeah, can you put those in there just for me? So we've got 3 quatrains, 1 rhyming couplet, 10 syllables each line. And can you just put in the rhyme scheme, if you haven't as well, just star. So it has to be A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. So what does it look like? This is Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. And if you look at the first quatrain, it says, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date." So if you look on the last line, day rhymes with May, temperate rhymes with date. So that is your A, B, A, B rhyme scheme. Then you move on to the next quatrain. "Sometime too hot, the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dim, and every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance, or nature's changing course untrimmed." So shines rhymes with declines, and then dimmed with untrimmed. And then the next line, "By thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possessions of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when internal lines to time thou growest." So fade and shade, outs and growets. And then your last 2 lines, which is your rhyming couplet. "So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee." So see and thee, both rhyming. So I'm going to let you guys have a go at this. I'm going to leave this up on the screen because I feel like you might forget the structure. So 3 quatrains, 2 rhyming couplets, and an A, B rhyme scheme all the way down. Now, if you want to do the 10 syllables, if you look at the first line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day," is 10 syllables. So those are for the ones who are really technical. So Quinton, I'm expecting you to be technical. And if I quickly just give you the topic that you can choose. So you can choose a sonnet that you like based on the topics below. So you can do a sonnet about school, family, nature, the government, COVID-19, TV show, shopping, crime, or anything in terms of that. Just how long we got to do this, or do you want him to just have a go at one quatrain rather than the whole sonnet?
Yeah, if you could to get
Yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
do the first quatrain then. So how will you start it? And I'll leave your topics up for you. I'm going to give you 5 minutes for this. Actually, we'll do it 3 and then 2 minutes to feedback. Off you go, guys. Once you pick your topic, I'm going to move back to the sonnet. And then if anyone would like to volunteer, that would be great. I'm going to have a go as well. Just Star, can you have a go as well?
This is too complicated for me. I was trying to keep up. Look, my little co-host saying it seems hard too. I'm with you, Dior. Hey, the poet's spoken. Hey, go.
Do the first line, so 10 syllables on a topic of your choice. I've done mine. Anyone else finished? I've done the first line. So if we want to go with the first line.
What, as in like just the first line?
No, I'm just saying, has anyone at least done the first line?
Yeah. Well, I've done the first one.
Guys, if you finished, just raise your hand so I can see who's finished, and then just let me know. We've got about 1 more minute. Okay, guys, if you finished there, let's see what you came up with. Right, guys. Quinton, I'm thinking you need to go first because you sound like you're done.
I don't sound like I'm done.
I put you on the spot deliberately.
You did, but I've still got a couple of lines to go. It's not easy.
You know what I did? I wrote my numbers at the top, and then I basically wrote my words and fitted them into my numbers. So I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I started to just write.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then I can kind of narrow it to my syllables, which I found quite easy. So
Yeah.
mine goes, September is the start of autumn day. That's my first line, which is 10 syllables, and structured it like that.
Right, if you give me 120 seconds, I'll be with you.
Okay. Anyone else had a go? Okay, Cecile, I'm going to pick on you or Hanifa because you guys are poets in here. Cecile, did you have a go at the first line? Need to unmute. Hanifa, can you have a go for us? You need to unmute.
I try, but boy.
We've got the poet. Poet has spoken. Did you manage to have a go as well? Hanifa, you read yours and then hopefully poet
Okay,
has
I'll read as far as I've gone. I haven't
Go on,
finished. I just said, right, the grayness of the day affects my mood. I've got 10.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then I started on the next one. Clouds rest heavy and dark over, and I was going to say something like me something, but I couldn't think of the last 2 words. So I'm up to 8 on that.
That's fine. Well done. The poet has spoken. Have you managed to have a go? Got a lot of poets in here. Let's see who else managed to have a go. No? Yeah? Want to mute?
Yeah, I came in late.
Oh man, we were just writing a sonnet, Shakespearean sonnet, for which we were basically going through what is the form and the way that it's structured. So Quinton's gonna hopefully grace us with his presence in a minute.
Rock out, Quentin.
This is
And then
the
I'm
difference.
done. Go on.
This is the difference between a contemporary poet and what I call an academic poet. 100%. Definitely. Bear with. Almost there. Sorry.
What we
I'm
can
going
do,
to
we'll
say
leave
that
it
I'm
for the
going
end.
through.
I'm going to give you more time to work on it. And if anyone wants to work on it,
Yeah,
and then
but-
we can introduce the next one.
And I've got my reputation at stake, so it has to be the right line. Goodbye. I'll speak to you in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, just start over to you. I'm finished, guys. That was literally me wrapping it up really quickly, but I hope that you've learned something new about Shakespeare and you know, something that you might do or use if you are quite a creative person. Yeah, it's quite interesting to use.
Well, I love that, Danny, and it was a good way of mixing it up, like with the Shakespeare and the hip hop. And like everybody else, most people, I got them all wrong, apart from Quentin, who seems to know every rap song in the world. But that's what happens. Champagne bubbler. Everyone, don't forget, Danny, hold your book up again. Represent, show your book. Danny's best-selling children's author. Sienna Start School. Get your book on Amazon. Yeah, we're gonna move on now to my little co-host quickly. And then we're gonna get things moving. We're a little bit behind on time, I'm sorry, but you know how it goes on these things. We've got a lot of things happening. But my little co-host Dior, if you've not already seen her, she's 10 years old. She's an amazing little superstar, and she likes to do artwork. So Dior, do you want to show us some of your artwork?
Yeah, I took this extra time to do artwork of what horses specifically have on them mainly. So
do you want to tell everyone why you love horses so much first? The people that might not have been here at the beginning.
I love horses because they're like, it's like a fun sport to do really, and very expensive, I'm not gonna lie. But I also love them because they're just like a kind, friendly animal.
And you do horse riding, you're a good little horse rider, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, show us your pictures then. Sorry, I just wanted to let everyone know how much of a little good horse rider you are first.
So first I drawn like a fly mask because a fly mask is something that protects their face from flies, from getting in their eyes and stuff. And I've also used cross hatching for the patches to show that it's like covered for their eyes and nothing can get in them. The next one is like a head collar.
Wow, look at the detail in that. Put it a bit closer. Look at the detail in that. That's well good.
A head collar is, for example, it's something that goes over the head. So this bit will go like over their mouth and stop right here. And then the top bit would like go over the head and stop at the ears. And then they would add like a lead rope somewhere about there, so they could lead if anyone needed one. A fly rug, again, it's a fly rug and it stops them from getting bit by the sides or anything by flies or wasps or bees or anything. So that protects them, their back and everything, their stomach and most. My favourite one is the saddle.
Whoa, look at that. Do you put the saddle on? Do you have to do all that when you get ready to do your horse riding?
Yeah, I have to like, so these are to go underneath the stomach, and then you'd want to use the others here to like clip it on. And then I would have to throw over this on top of their back.
It's quite heavy as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the last couple are horses. There's a show horse, so you would use these sorts of horses for like shows, show jumping and all of that.
Why is
And
it a
you
show
know-
horse then?
Because it's a show horse, because like you can get like, you have to use special boots for shows, and you see these, they're like buns. They're
Just like
like
cut down his
buns.
hair, down his mane.
Yeah. An adult horse, it's like, an adult horse is a like from a foal up to a adult horse, and then obviously if you're going to shows it would turn into a show horse then, but this is the adult horse and the foal.
Oh, look at the baby fowl. And everyone won't know this, but she just drew these a little while ago. So
Yesterday.
yeah, because she forgot all her pictures of her horses at home and she's not at home. So she's had to work with it. At 10 years old, look how she turned around, done all them pictures for us today, all that knowledge. I didn't know all them things.
I think
So well
my
done.
favourite one is this.
What's your favorite one? The saddle. Yeah, that's lovely. What color is the saddle for your horse?
Black.
Black. What's your horse's name?
Molly.
Molly. I used to have a cat called Molly. Okay, so any more pictures to show
Brilliant.
us?
It's brilliant.
Everyone, I think everyone give a little round of applause to my little co-host there.
Yeah, brilliant.
She's amazing.
Love them pictures. Love them pictures.
Literally, you cannot want anything more than that, can you? So thank you. It was so Hanifa.
No, I'm saying just lovely pictures. That's
Yeah, brilliant.
yeah,
isn't
brilliant. Brilliant.
she? Okay, so Dior, we're going to move on to our next guest. I'll introduce them and then you can introduce the next one after me. Give you a break after that now. Next, we've got Chantier. He does carnival costumes, creative designer. He's going to show us some of the stuff that he does. He's part of Lost in Paradise Mass Band. If you're like me and you miss carnival, then you know you'll get a little bit here. So Chantier, you there? You ready?
I think I'm ready. I don't know.
Best be ready is the answer.
I'll be
You got some
fine.
stuff to show us?
Well, I have one piece so far. I'm in the middle of making another piece. I'll be doing that whilst I'm talking to you guys as well.
Okay, well, with times of the essence, so tell us a little bit about how you got into doing the carnival stuff and show us a little bit of what you're working on at the minute, if you can, please.
So I've been going to carnival literally all my life. I originally got more into carnival through work experience at college.
Yeah.
And literally just carried on since there. I've been addicted ever since.
It's been a bit hard 2 years, no carnival, I guess.
It's hard, man, but it'll be better when it comes back.
Definitely. So what are you working on at the minute? You're going to show us a bit quickly?
So right now, you'll have to excuse the mess in the background, but I'm working on a wire frame for a backpack. Let me see if I can turn this camera around. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I'm working on this wire frame right here.
Have you got anything else that's got a bit more that's worked on? For the
I've
guys
got
to
one-
see your
I've
creative.
got-
What's behind you as well? I see something blinging behind you. Them
Oh.
masks and feathers and that you made last time.
I've got a child's backpack finished. I've got an adult backpack finished.
Yeah, show us them, please.
So this one is the child one right here.
Wow, look at them gems. And that's the headpiece sitting on that, isn't it?
Yeah. And this backpack right behind me here is the adult backpack. That's,
How long does it take you to make these things on average?
This one here took me about 3 days from start to finish. And this one here took me about 2 days, roughly. But yeah, once I know what I'm doing and get into like the routine, it becomes a lot quicker than it would have taken me for the first costume.
Yeah, so how many costumes you have to make before carnival times when we get to carnival?
I have about 30 of us training so far.
Wow. So is carnival going to be here next year?
Hopefully if all goes to plan, yes. Fingers crossed.
Or everyone cross your fingers. We want to see them costumes in the carnival next year. So you got anything else to say to anyone before we move on with
I
running
just
out
seen
of time?
I just seen a question pop up. Where does Shantia get his materials from?
Good
I get my
question.
materials all literally online. So it could be anything from Amazon, eBay, or AliExpress.
Oh yeah, I've heard of AliExpress. That's going to be quite good for art supplies.
They're really good for art supplies.
Has that
Even
always been the case, or was that just in lockdown?
it's always been that way, but with the only thing with AliExpress is just be prepared for the long delivery time.
Yeah, don't do it if you're in a rush.
Yeah.
Oh look, someone saying Shanti is so amazingly talented, which we know already. It's a shame you got
Thank
more
you.
things to show us.
I'm still working on some stuff, so
I know you're a busy man,
be-
I do know that.
there'll
So
be
I
more
appreciate
stuff
your
in the
time.
future.
Definitely. Okay, well, thank you, Shanti.
Thank
And
you.
good luck with the rest of your stuff. When you've got more stuff finished, I'll post it online. Everyone will be able to see it. We're going to have a little game, guys. If anyone wants to play a little game, wake everyone up a bit because I know it can drag a bit and we're a bit behind on time. And it's a little prize as well for a little 11-year-old that I know that makes her own B-bombs, T-shirts. She makes her own tie-dye T-shirts. She makes literally everything, hair scrunchies, keychains, you name it. So we've got a little prize from her. And so I wanted to do a little game with everyone to see if you're all ready to run about a little bit. I can't see you all on the screen. I mean, I can't even see myself. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So everybody ready to play a game? I can't see no thumbs up, no hellos, no, everybody ready? All right, I've got a couple of thumbs up, there we go. Okay, so it's called Go Find. Basically, you gotta go find what I say. So I'm gonna say go find, example, a black cup. That's an example of just, yeah. But the first person to come back or winner, I don't know how we're gonna decide the winner, I'll figure it out, wins the prize. And also a t-shirt, because I make t-shirts, so we get I Do Art In It t-shirt, not this one, but one to fit you and color that you want, because I do loads. So go find me a red sock. Go. You're not moving. Go. Red sock. Go find me a red sock. Go, 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 go. Time is of the essence. You got to be. Oh, you want a red? No, that's not red. That's pink. That's cheating. That's not red. That's pink. If someone comes back with a more red sock than that, then you're not one. It has to be red. Hazel, that's not a sock, Hazel. That's not a sock. Look, we've got 2 cheaters in the building already.
I got halfway up the stairs and I heard a wow, so I thought I won't bother now.
No, she had a pink sock. It wasn't red. She cheated. And in Hazel, oh, we got a red sock. Poetic Angel. Oh, Dior, sorry. Poetic Angel and her little son just beat you there. What's your son's name again, Poetic Angel? You're mute.
Say, what's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua. Well done, Joshua. Joshua got the red sock first. Okay. Right, we've got 2 more. I don't even know what I'm going to think of, so I've got to think quick. Okay. Go find me a straw. Go. I don't have any in my house. I don't know what I thought of a straw. I wanted one yesterday. That's why for a milkshake.
I've got some, but they're all the way downstairs. I'm not running.
Look, this is not how you play the game, Cecile. Right? It's a good game, isn't it?
She's already got straws.
What? Where do you live? You're cheating. Okay, I think we've got a winning already. Poetic, Tila. What kind of straws you got, Tila? And Dion's got a straw. Okay, Tila, are they straws? What are they? Are they like straws, creative straws?
No, they're paper straws. They're environmental.
Yeah, paper straws.
Okay, well, we got 3 people on Screaming Straws, but sorry to say, Joshua won again. Joshua and Poetic Angel won again. So, 3rd time lucky gang. What am I going to think of? I can't think of anything. Hazel, give me an idea. Hazel, everyone, Hazel is my tutor from university. One of my tutors from university who had to put up a lot of stress from me. And so everybody, you know, as a young person, I give her a lot of grey hairs, don't I, Hazel? So give me an idea, Hazel, please, because you're very creative.
Oh,
It's hard, isn't it? One more
yeah,
thing.
it is.
One more thing. We're going to
One
make them
more.
jump out their seats and go find.
A Wellington boot.
Oh, there you go. Good one. Go. Love it. Thank you. I knew you'd have a good one.
I haven't got one though.
No, I haven't got one either. Oh.
Oh.
Don't. Whoa, Tina.
Oh.
And, no, Poetic Angel. What the hell? Oh, and Cecile, go on. Tina's been busy in her boots. She's been like, Dior, look at them boots. It's like you were mocking out the horses. Okay, well, safe to say we've got a winner there, little Joshua, and Poetic Angel definitely won. So, Poetic Angel, you're gonna have to tell me the size of his t-shirt. I'll get him a t-shirt made and what one he wants. You know that I do them t-shirts. You can have whatever one he wants. And he gets the bee-bomb and all the stuff in a goodie bag from Fluffy. What's it, Fluffy Nugget something? I haven't got time to play a video, I'm afraid, but I'm gonna put her stuff in the link because as I said, she's an 11-year-old environmentalist, entrepreneur, amazing little girl. She's my little inspiration. Well done, Joshua. Everyone give Joshua a round of applause. I don't know where they live, how they found all them random things so quickly, but well done. And yes, let's move on to the next one. Right. Sorry, I'll check my list. Okay, yes, now. Okay, we've got some music and we've got some talent from the great Tina Hughes, co-founder of Music 24.
I'm not singing, am I?
Well, you don't have to, but I mean, you've got a guitar behind you, you can sing. Co-founder of Music 24.
I never got round to saying my sonnet, Danielle, but the first line has exactly 10 syllables and it's Justina Misdemeanor Superstar.
What?
Love it.
Inspiring creativity in the now. She brings us together both near and far. And I was going to do something somehow, but I never got that far. But yeah.
Love. I mean, I might be slightly biased.
He's in as well, just start. You want to read it?
Yeah, shall I read it?
Yeah, do it.
The wind, it bellowed through twisted branches. The purple leaves, they pranced like ballerinas. I am enamored by the spells of dances, the words we can see through seasons fearless.
Go on, Shakespeare.
Malise Spear.
That was smooth. That was like smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Smooth. I suppose it's that pentameter, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we want to. That's why we like house music. A lot of people like house music. It's like the same. But thank you for that, Danielle. Appreciate it. Sorry, I was late.
No.
Whilst I'm here, I do have to excuse myself because I have got another workshop. I'm really sorry. I just want to say to Olive that I've DM'd. My name is Humanity, so you can share that with your community group, Olive, if you're still there. Yeah. So thank you all, and I'm sorry I have to duck out, but I've just got to jump on another workshop. Is that okay, Justar?
Yeah, of course. No, I'll let you off only this time. Next time, man, I'll be some lucky. No, joking. Nah, thank you so much for your time. You
Nah,
bless
thank
him
you.
to the show. Everyone, check him out. Mr. Melese, Quinton Green. His information is in the chat. Who is Mr. Melese on Instagram? Yo, he's got a lot of things going on. Knife prevention crime is a role model for everybody. So yeah, thank you for your time and good luck in the next thing you're doing.
Thanks again. Bye bye.
Speak soon.
His was much deeper than mine.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Nah,
Yeah, sorry.
Now he's gone. His was rubbish. No joking.
Justina, you were very deep. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. A mistake.
I'm going to give you more time to finish that poem.
Really? Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I know. I feel honored. I know. It's okay. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. Over to Tila. It's Tila's time now. Very sorry.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of spoke with you and Cecile before, but I suppose this is a different group, different crowd of people. Hi, I'm Tila and I run a music therapy charity. We were based in Luton, but we had to let go of our office during the pandemic. And so now on paper, we're in St Albans, but most of our services are based in Luton. And we do work in Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire as well. And we're starting to trial a new COVID choir in Milton Keynes. So there's lots of different things happening. But I suppose the whole ethos of Music 24's work is to sort of, I suppose, open up that route for creativity using music. And obviously during the pandemic, it's been really hard because our main thing is live music, but which we've been obviously meeting like this online, and then obviously the delay and all this sort of other complications get in the way of actually making music. But we found that, I suppose, the role of community has been really important. And throughout that, we have run some creative activities, some of which have been a songwriting course, which I think helped us to sort of engage again, Justina, and with the Recovery College songwriting. And it was really sort of a new experience for me, because I'm used to being there with the instruments and being able to connect to people face to face. But yeah, the way in which we kind of are encouraging people to explore themselves creatively is usually that we're working with people who have some form of disability. So whether it's a mental health illness or a learning disability, or people who've been diagnosed with dementia. And we also got a communication choir for people with Parkinson's or those living with a stroke, like recovering from a stroke. But the idea is that we have like a big room full of musical instruments, like drum kits, keyboards, guitars. And it could be that people have done music before or never ever done music. And the idea is that it's just about giving it a go and finding a new aspect of yourself, I suppose. It's really good for some people, because I think what seems to be really an ongoing theme in a lot of our sessions is that people come to us and they say, like we hear them sing, and we're like within the group, and we're like, oh, you've got a really nice voice, and straight away it's like no, and they've got no confidence, or they've been told in school they needed to mime in the choir, or that they could only, you need to play the recorder, you've been made redundant if you've been put on the recorder almost, because everyone's doing it, but
is that why I was put on a triangle?
Yeah, the triangle. People are really happy with the triangle for some reason. But it's and they literally say, oh, I'll just do this, and they sit back and they're ting, and they're happy if it's in time and everything else. But that's not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to, we can't, the instruments that we use kind of help with that musical process, because we've got iPads that we use that are set in a certain key. And so it eliminates this I can't play, because only the right notes are there in front of them, if that makes sense. And it's same with this other sort of, it's similar to a xylophone, but it's called a metallophone. And it's got really lovely, it's a really good instrument. It's got very good quality sound that you can sort of use the different dynamics. We're playing it softly or hard or fast or slow. But the idea is if it's set up in a certain key, they're free to just explore. But a lot of people who can be creative don't need to know the technical, theory of music. I never learned to read music formally. And now these days I can probably listen to a song and just play it by ear. But there's all those barriers, I think, that are probably put in the way by school or grades and things like that. But I mean, I'm not saying don't obviously engage with formal tuition. I'm not saying don't do that. Definitely pursue that if you can, but don't let that be a barrier. I know there's a lot of cuts and stuff like that in schools, but the internet is just like such a fountain of information, and anyone can learn to play anything these days. So it's kind of, I suppose, not letting those sorts of barriers get in your way. And just I taught myself, and then through doing what I'm doing with community music, it's a case of I've learnt my trade on how to engage with other people. So when I'm running a session, it's not about me as an artist, it's about what I'm doing for them and what I'm helping to bring out of them, you know. So it's all about assisting, I suppose, them being creative. And then the sideline is, because we are a music therapy charity, so we kind of sit on the lines of the arts sector and then the health and social care sector, but it's about those direct benefits that come back from, if you're being creative and you've got a voice and it's you know, it's valued and heard, that immediately benefits on us as like our well-being and helping us to work through, I don't know, find out who we are. Music's very much about our identity. It follows a lot of traditions. It's part of our DNA. So and for a lot of people to not have that out there, as some people, like basically past school, they don't, unless you pursue it as a career or something. And I mean, a lot of the time it's really interesting, because a lot of people, even if they're academic, like we'll come across really high managerial people, but they'll be like, oh, I used to play the bass in a band when I was 19. So it's likely that everyone has got some creative ability, and it's just finding that key to unlock it. And that's what we're trying to do in this room. And whether you just want to sit and write or listen, or you know, someone could paint a picture along with the music if they really wanted to, but the idea is we kind of remove that I can't, you know, the I can't attitude, and just get them to do it, even if it just sounds awful to you and me. It's just that they're making a sound and it's their sound, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's like, have you seen the comments? Poetic Angel saying that she was told deaf. And I know Dee Bailey's been told the same many times by a lot of us. I mean, I can't sing to save my life, but I do appreciate what you're saying. And I know that with what you work with, a lot of people you work with Parkinson's and dementia, I know my own grandma, music is like a way of bringing back memories, and it's like a way to relate to things from before. So yeah, I love it. And I know you work with many organizations. I don't think you've bigged yourself up enough.
Well, I know, I was just going to say what it is with music is it's so Western music is actually so predictable that it gives people a framework to work in. Like, you all have a rhythm. It tends to be quite predictable. That's why you can listen to an Ed Sheeran song and listen to a Bruno Mars song, and they're probably using the same chord progression and things like that. So there's lots of things that are predictable about it, and that's what people rely on in the groups. We do try and move the boundaries a bit sometimes and not be like that, but to bring people into it, that's what we tend to do. But yeah, the comments like that, just from even me, when I used to sing at work, and my dad always said, if you sing at work, T, you'll never work a day, you know. And this was when I was still studying, but I wasn't pursuing like an active career, obviously doing music or performing arts or anything. And I remember a lady that I worked with going, can you hear that cat or something like that? And she sort of took the mic and was going, wow, wow, and sort of taking the mic out of me. And that really did affect me, to the point where I was like, oh, I won't sing when she's on shift. But it was sort of something in me that needed to.
That's a bit soul crushing. See the way you literally as well was like, oh, I won't sing. Like, that's like literally like takes away the joy out of, just because singing makes you just changes your mood and can pick you up, innit?
I think that's what it is. I mean, I've worked through huge confidence issues over the years, but it's that I know children can be cruel, but just generally children are so sensitive, and actually they should be nurtured, not sort of put down. I mean, obviously it's being realistic. Like, we worked with a lot of people and they're like, want to be the next Eminem, and we're like, well, we're not here to do that necessarily, and you might not be that, but it's like they're allowed to kind of have dreams and ambition. And people can, like, when you learn an instrument, it's been proven that that area of the brain gets stronger upon repetition, and so there's there is a way that people can sort of try and better themselves. And yeah, it's just finding that happy medium, is it, about pursuing something that makes you happy, not necessarily pursuing something because you want to be the big sort of superstar like you, Justina. You're the superstar. But no, it's one of those things. It's like a lot of kids these days want to be footballers, don't they? But I think like sport has its place, the arts definitely has its place, and it should be pursued, even if it's not going to be a career. Just to make you happy, just to make you feel like you can express yourself as a human being. So that's what I'll definitely fly the flag for. I could talk for England. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place as usual, but yeah, no, I think it's definitely wise to and just finding that key to unlock. That's all it is, I think, from my point of view.
Well, you know, I couldn't agree more, and that's why I wanted you on the show, because like you're doing the same thing as like what I'm trying to do by these shows, is inspiring creativity in any form and every form. Whatever gives you a key to express yourself, whatever outlet you need, use it, follow it. And you know, someone else said to me recently on another like little show I was doing, said when they couldn't write, they danced. When they couldn't dance, they sung. When they couldn't sing, they so. And I was like, yo, I love that. Like, you know, do anything and everything, whatever. So yeah.
Just going out at the weekend and dancing your socks off to the small hours.
Or in your house, and you know what I mean. You want to just
out of you, isn't it? In a sort of in a healthy way. So yeah, we've all, life's hard basically, and you need something. It's a coping mechanism. Easily a coping mechanism.
It's an outlet. Stop that bottle that boiling, steaming over and getting too much. Give it a little. And so, are you going to give us a little tune before you go?
No, I didn't prepare anything. Like you said that you had found someone else.
No, well, you're a musician. You don't need preparing. I have got like Mario the Entertainer is in the building. This guy is gonna be live from the USA. See him down there, Mario the Entertainer. He's 18 years old. When you hear this guy sing, you are not going to understand. Yeah, I had goosebumps about 2 weeks when I first heard him sing, and he's on this show. I'm overwhelmed. He's on this show live from Tennessee. It's early in the morning where he is, so hold tight for that. But Tila was meant to drop a little lyric, so I'll let you off if you're going to be. If you
no, you're overrunning. I don't. No, it goes back to confidence as well. Like I haven't written for a few years, and it is hard to sort of put your own stuff out there. And I kind of feel like copping out if I just do like someone else's song. So I stopped preparing something, dude. When you said someone else, so
I'm not going to stress you.
I'm shy, believe it or not, I'm shy, but get me to sing in front of people, I'm usually fine, but it's just that I didn't prepare anything. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'll let you off next time. But yeah, obviously we've been on shows together. We'll be on more shows together. So thank you so much as well for sharing. So everyone, I'm going to put your details in the chat. Sorry, I'm a bit behind because of, you know, juggling everything behind the scenes. But yes, Music 24, she's the co-founder. They work with, they're global now, yeah? We're global now? You're frozen a little bit, but yeah, I'll put the information in there. They do.
I was gonna say people are going on holiday and tuning in, but I don't think it's global really.
I thought you told me about people in blah blah blah. Anyway.
Oh no! Oh, I had someone in Johannesburg inquire about our COVID choir, our long COVID recovery choir. But
see, COVID choir. There's lots of things going on. So if anyone's interested in any music stuff related, follow at Tila. I will definitely put that in. Just give me 2 seconds.
Thank you. And yeah,
you're very welcome. Thank you for being on the platform and sharing your stuff. Love as always.
For stuff.
Big up, Tila. Danny, what you saying?
I've put it in the chat for you already.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, everyone. That's Tila's information there in the chat. Next up, we're gonna change it a little bit. We've got Olive Fickmore, and Olive's been here for the whole show watching. Bless her. Like waiting. Sorry, we're a bit late, Olive. Olive is the founder of is it Empowering Learning? You're on mute. Like Olive basically is a source, a well of knowledge. You got to hear this lady. So I'm just going to hand it over to you, Olive, because I know you know what you're doing.
Well, yes, I didn't quite know what you wanted me to talk about, but anyway, I'm a health and learning coach. So I spend a lot of time, I'm not a medic, I'm not a teacher, I spend a lot of time helping people who have learning differences and health issues. And interestingly, with your community, I find a lot of people who are really creative as children and who are struggling with things like literacy and numeracy. So they're really talented and they've normally got amazing artistic skills, but they get challenged with some of this other stuff because they are not being taught in a way that works for them. So all the people we've been listening to, creative, imaginative people who have got great skills for being creative and imaginative. And actually, when you're really young, this applies to everybody. All little children are really creative and imaginative. And there's actually been research about this, that all 4-year-olds are creative. 98% of 4-year-olds are creative geniuses. And we lose it as we go through school because we don't do much in school about creativity and imagination. And by the time we become adults, it's probably down to something like 2% are creative geniuses. And NASA, you know, the amazing space agency in America, worked this out because they were trying to recruit very creative people. And they were finding that as adults, we haven't got so many creative people. So creativity is just amazing. And we've been hearing about it all afternoon. But the skills that people who are creative have are normally about mental imagery. So Justina, I bet you've got amazing pictures for the next thing you're going to design. How many pictures have you got in your head?
Too many to tell you.
Too many, exactly.
That's the problem sometimes, because they're all entwined to one and I can't, like, you know, zoom in on one.
And so have you learned how to zoom in on one?
No, can you teach me?
Yeah.
Do you think, I was going to ask, I was just writing it in the comments, but do you think the reason why that when we're up to 4 years old, we're more creative is because we lose our innocence as we grow up?
Yeah, and we have to get the answers right. You know, if I say to a small child, what does an elephant look like to you? You might get some children saying, oh, I've got a rainbow colored elephant doing ninja dancing. That's fine. That's their elephant. You've got the other kids who want to get the answer right, who go for grey elephants with big ears. And so, and as we go through school, what happens is we're all the time being measured for the right answer, aren't we? We're not being encouraged for the wrong answer. And I always say to people, well, I don't mind what sort of elephants you've got. That's your picture as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter.
One of my friend's daughters, I asked her one time, what's your favorite color? She said rainbow. I was like, that is the best color. Like how, that's literally the best answer ever, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And so what we need to do is to encourage their creativity, but at the same time, we need to encourage them on how to use their mental images for things like words and spelling and numeracy, which a lot of people, because they've got such great mental images, don't think of using them for words. So for example, and anybody on the call can answer this question in the chat box. If you want to spell the word giraffe, how many R's and how many F's? What do you reckon? Sorry, I haven't got the chat open.
I think everyone's waiting for.
Yeah, 1 R and 2 F's. Excellent. It's excellent. So, but how did you know how many R's and how many F's? I'm going to pick on Justina because she's the only one I can see. How did you know how many R's and how many F's? Did you see the word?
To me personally, I did, but that is how I work because of the art. I think like I have to see things.
Justina, that's how everybody should be doing it. In the English language, we all ought to be visualizing words because the English language has got so many rules, words that break the rules, silent letters, homophones, you name it, that we can't rely on what the word sounds like, because otherwise you wouldn't know how many R's and how many F's. And so one of the messages I'd like to get across is, please everybody realize that to be good, to be able to spell and read, you need to be able to visualize words in English. If you're being born Italian and you've grown up Italian, because Italian is a purely phonetic language, you don't have to see the words, but in English you do. And we're missing this out in school. So if anybody on the call knows somebody who's dyslexic, the very, very simple question is, ask them if they can see words. If they can't see words, start teaching them. And that's what I do all day long.
That's so interesting as well. And the whole Italian thing that you're saying, that they do it phonetically and they don't need to see the words.
Yep. Just depends on the language. And Danielle, we can if you want to, you can answer a few questions, and I'll help you learn to see words.
Yeah, I meant to say that to anybody that has any questions for Olive, because she, like I said, she is a well of knowledge and does this for a living. So anyone that's got any learning difficulties or any issues with their children or anything, feel free to ask Olive questions, because she'll know the answers, hopefully. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Oh, we've got some questions popping in here. Can we take
you got Danny saying, I remember the word necessary by 1 coffee, 2 sugars. I've never heard it like that before, but that makes sense. I'm going to use that because I never know how to spell that word, and I'm not dyslexic. Well, I don't think I am, I don't know.
Right, Danielle, if you want to come off mute and then I will talk to you, then I'm more than happy to.
You're okay,
feeling
Olive.
brave.
Yeah, I wasn't actually diagnosed until university. So I went through all my education without getting a diagnosis. Left education in the 90s, late 90s. And obviously by then, wasn't really, people didn't really talk about dyslexia. And I remember when I got diagnosed saying, does that mean I'm stupid? Because that's the stereotype that's
Absolutely
attached.
not.
I know. And it was almost an embarrassment of, oh my God, I'm dyslexic, and people are automatically going to say that I'm thick, which is usually the case. Even now, when I announce it, which is why I don't announce it half the time. But I've gone on and done a master's. I've written a children's book because one part of my brain is actually, it's more quicker than others in terms of my peers. So I call it my superpower, because I see it as, this is my creativity. And all my life I've kind of knew something wasn't right, but not been able to put my finger on it.
Well, let me just teach you this really simple skill, right? So Danielle, just imagine a cat.
Yeah.
Just picture a cat, right? Is it still or is it moving?
I see like more than one cat.
Right, can you just delete the others and just get down to one cat, which is perfectly still? Right, got it?
Yeah.
Now write cat on the side of the cat, and I know you can spell cat. So C-A-T, just in your imagination.
Oh, in my imagination, okay, yeah.
Write cat on the side of the cat. Got it?
Yeah.
And now what's the last letter?
T.
Yeah, keep looking at it. What's the one before?
A.
One before?
C.
Right, so you can now visualize words.
Individual.
So all you've got to do is practice longer and longer words, and you will get to you'll be able to recognize them when you're reading them, and you'll be able to spell them when you go to spell them.
Yeah, it's just a different way of learning, isn't it?
Well, it's the ridiculous thing is, it's the way that everybody, it doesn't matter how you learn to spell, what technique you use. What matters is how you load it into your brain. how you record the information. And it's absolutely vital that everybody who wants to spell or read fluently records information in something called their word form area. So it's where you put your words in your brain. And it happens to be right next to your occipital lobe, which is where you put your pictures. So when you think of your front cover of your book, for example, have you got the whole front cover complete with words?
Yeah.
Right. So can you picture that in your head? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what it looks like.
Narration in it. So it's
And you can picture that in your head. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at the picture of it in your head, how do you spell starts? Just read it off the front cover of your book. Don't look at the book.
Oh, STARTS.
Yeah. And can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you learn to get better and better at seeing words. And we should be teaching this to 4-year-olds. But we've got schools that have got obsessed with phonics and they're doing phonics only.
Yeah.
And we're exhausting kids by not teaching them this very simple skill. And if you talk, whenever I talk to a whole group of people, if half of them will have this skill already, they will be doing it and they will go, but everybody does that. And I go, but they don't. And the other half don't know what I'm talking about because they've never visualized a word in their lives. And some of that group will have just not very good spelling and reading. Some will have quite good reading and awful spelling, and others will have full-blown dyslexia. And if we were teaching this to 4-year-olds, and if you've got any teachers on the, we have got some teachers on the call, you'll probably go, but we can't do this. You can do this. You can teach this to anybody, any age. My youngest probably was about 3, but I've got a granddaughter now, so I'm working on how soon I can teach her. She's only 5 months old. And my oldest was 85 years old. It's exactly the same skill, and it's so easy to teach. I teach it at the Recovery College now in Luton. If anybody wants to come on the Recovery College course, then come and join us. We're starting again in a couple of weeks. But there are thousands of people, 10% they reckon of the population are dyslexic. I will guarantee 10% are not visualizing words. It's ridiculous. And we've got thousands of kids worldwide in the English language for whom the phonics route isn't working. And it'll work for a brand new word, so you can recognize you can break a word down and then put it back together again. But what you want to do is to move on to recognizing a word. You don't want to be stuck in breaking words down with phonics for life. Does that make sense to you, Danielle?
Yeah, definitely. And I have a lot of dyslexic students, so I will be starting to use that as well.
Really simple question is, ask them if they're visualizing words, or just do what I did with you. Ask them if they can picture the word giraffe, or ask them how many R's and how many F's. You know, you've got it. We have mental images are absolutely the fundamental stone of creativity, in my opinion, apart from those who are doing it musically, like the last speaker. You know, but for the people who are doing creative stuff of art and all those, you know, putting together carnival costumes, you know, whatever, then all of these people have got good creative skills. And if we only taught them how to use them for words and numbers, then their literacy would be much easier. I'm trying to get back to a question that I've missed because it was a long question. So somebody talk to me and I'll just read the question. Tila, totally agree with you. Knocks their confidence, stops them trying, and they think they're stupid. And her brother is dyslexic and struggles in school. His competitive nature, however, makes it impossible to beat to beat at Scrabble and Trivial Pursuit. Interesting. It'd be really interesting to know how he's doing Scrabble. And all of these kids are really intelligent. There is no mistake about it. They are very, very bright kids. And I'm really worried because with COVID coming along, I think creativity in school, or money for creativity in school, is getting even less. And we need them. We need all the creative kids we can grow into adults to solve some of the world's problems. And it certainly doesn't mean you're stupid. In point of fact, you're much less stupid than people who are just finding literacy easy. Very intelligent. I've seen thousands of kids over the last 22 years, and all of them are really bright, really creative kids, and they have just not learnt this very simple skill. So you can try it out on your friends.
Olive, it's Hanifa. I just want to ask something. Sorry, you can't see me on the screen. Are we talking about the proper use of imagination being part of the key here? Because you just asked that, you were saying to Daniel, okay, can you see the word? You see, so at some point you've got to be able to imagine that word. You've got to use her imagination.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about, can you see a cat? Do you know how to spell the word cat? Okay. Can you see the cat in your mind? So is that partly?
Yes. If I used to talk about visual learning when I first went into schools, and I found that whenever I said visual learning to a teacher, they thought visual teaching, and teachers are taught to teach visually, so that they show children pictures of volcanoes and maps, but this isn't. This is the pictures that you actually hold in your head. And any school would say they are committed to multisensory teaching and learning, but we don't teach our teachers how people create images in their heads. Now, there's two types of images. There is the images of something you've seen before, and there's the images of something that you might want to imagine. So something you've seen before is your car, your kids, your spouse. You recognize them. So you've already got pictures in your head of those people. Incidentally, by the way, at 6 weeks old, if anybody remembers when their children were little, the nurse lady would probably ask you whether your child smiles at you. It's because they've now got a picture in their head of what you look like. And if you put on a pink curly wig, they'd probably cry. So we know that they've got pictures in their heads when they're 6 weeks old. And so those are pictures of things you've seen before. Imagination is pictures of things you might, for example, if I said to you, can you all imagine a brand new dinosaur? One you've never seen before, whatever your imagination likes to take you to, create a brand new dinosaur. Very similar to what Quentin was doing at the beginning, to get you to trigger your imagination with words, in effect. And so using that skill for recalling pictures is almost exactly the same neurologically, not quite, but almost the same for picturing words.
Right.
So some people have got fantastic mental images. I am on screen, right? They'll look up and they'll see a whole word, just as if it's written on a number plate or something like that. And everybody can learn to do it. Some people have got better pictures than others. You might, for example, when you picture anything like a cat, do you see it in color? Do you see it in black and white? Do you see a cartoon cat? Or do you just know what it looks like? Any of those will do. And if you train yourself to use them more, you will get even better ones. Does anybody on the call think they haven't got pictures of things they've seen before? Because there are some people around who don't believe.
Just repeat the question again, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello, could you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Is there anybody who doesn't think they've got pictures they can't recall pictures in their head?
I see. Never mind, I will not be answering that one then.
But then I'm talking to a whole group of creative people. And so you've probably all got fantastic pictures in your head. You've got pictures of what your family looks like, what your house looks like, etc. And so that's what we rely on, is that people with pictures in their head can then start using them for other things. And as you go up through school, you can use them for lots of other things. So how's that going, Justina?
Brilliant, lovely. Yeah, sorry, a bit behind on schedule, so I'm going to change things up a little bit in a minute. But so much.
You want me to stop there? I will do.
No, well, I mean, do you have much more that you need to say? Because I know a lot of people are getting a lot of information, and it is really helpful.
No, that's fine. I mean, if anybody's got any questions, I think you've put my
yeah, I've put your details in the chat.
Website in there, and so just contact me. I'm olive@empoweringlearning.co.uk. I'd be happy to help you.
I think you've got at least 3 people there that are already interested in contacting you, and that's just people that are on this Zoom. There's obviously people watching on Facebook Live that will see it later as well, which is obviously why we do this, so that we can reach more people.
I'll just put my email address in here, and I will leave you to the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Olive. So everybody check Olive's stuff out in the comments there. And like I said, that was a source of knowledge that I have no idea about, and it needs to be out there a lot more. So everyone share that. Hopefully it will reach more people. Feel free to contact Olive, as she said. She wants to help where she can. And next, we're going to change up it. We're going to Mario the Entertainer, which is going to have a little song live from Tennessee. He's having a bit of trouble with signals as well. So just while we've got him, and he's 6 hours behind, bless him. So he's 18 years old, an old soul. Olive, stay 2 minutes and hear him sing. You've got to hear him sing. Okay, over to you.
Well.
Hey, howdy, how y'all doing?
Fine, brother, fine. All good.
Sir.
Amazing. So I'm about to sing a song, one that I wrote myself. It was really a poem that I decided to put music to. And it's called Pretty Blackbird. It is right now my favorite thing that I've done, because I'm very proud of how it turned out. So without any further ado, let us begin. Pretty blackbird, why don't you take flight? Pretty blackbird, oh, why don't you soar in the night? Pretty blackbird, oh, no, they won't see you in the night. Oh, blackbird, why don't you take flight? Pretty blackbird, say they clipped your wings, they blinded your eyes, oh no, so you could not see. Oh, pretty blackbird, that's why you don't understand. I know you built this house, ooh, but this is not your land. Listen to me, oh, pretty blackbird. Please take flight. Spread your mighty wings, spread your wings through the darkened sky. Oh, pretty blackbird. Come down from your tree and open up your eyes and your ears and listen to me. Oh, oh, pretty blackbird. Oh, no, no. You say you don't know where you're from. Listen, I'm pretty blackbird. You don't know where they flew you from. Don't know where they flew you from. I know a river. I know a river. They can't follow us down on the river. And I'll show you where I think you're from. On the last verse, y'all, I'm not gonna bother you for too long now. Pretty black bird. Oh, no. Oh, you can fly free. We went down the rivers. Oh, yes, we did. Oh, and we crossed through every sea. Oh, but I will not say, I'm gonna say this now. You're free to live your life. And if they hunt you down, oh, if they hunt you down, pretty blackbird, remember these words. Oh, pretty blackbird, high through the night. I'm gonna say this last part. Oh, pretty blackbird, oh, you saw the river. Oh, you went down the valley. Oh, and went through the mountain. Through the night. Oh, blackbird.
Whoa. I need a minute. I don't know. Yo, they could do all my little choir. Everyone, wow. Mario the Entertainer, live from Tennessee. Man, my arms are like, I've got goosebumps. They're hanging out the window, man. What the hell? Everybody, give it up. Yo, I need another song, man. You got another little. I know we're behind on time, but I just need to hear more while I've got you on the show. Everyone, you don't know how much of a blessing it is to have him on the show.
I've always taught myself to be prepared to have two things ready for people, and I actually do have a second one. The second one actually, but isn't a sung piece. It's actually a non-spoken piece. I think you may have heard me play it before. I call it the Falling Seasons.
Everyone is 18 years old, yo. Listen to him playing the music, making the music. Sorry, carry on.
All right.
Anyone got a fire extinguisher? So I can put out that heat.
Wow, wow, wow.
We don't need no water. Let it burn.
Oh, all the clips,
Everybody-
everything, everything. Feeling that, brother. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. And may you
18-year-old
continue. Mhm.
Morio the Entertainer, he sees information in the chat on TikTok and on Instagram. He's got a lot of things popping. That's how we met on Instagram, doing poetry and music. And I see these
Okay.
25.
Beautiful, beautiful, brother. May you continue to be blessed with this, the energy that you have. Oh gosh, and go as far as the universe will take you. And it's unbounded, as you know. Excellent.
I don't know why he's not got 500 contracts under his name right now. But yes.
It's coming. It's coming. When the time's right, it's coming.
Mhm.
It's coming. It's there. You know that.
If you don't
So-
mind, I would like, before I dip out, I would like to share a few words, if you don't mind.
That's just about to ask you that. Go for it, bro.
So firstly, I would like to just put this out there. I taught myself how to play the piano when I was around. I started teaching myself to play piano when I was around 11. And I kid you not, I had a singular lesson when I was 10, and I was like, nope, that ain't it. So I decided to teach myself about a year later. You could say that now it's been about 8 years that I've been teaching myself how to play. And as far as vocally, I was in the church choir and I was also in some school choirs, but most of the work that I did on my voice was outside of that. So even then I kind of did that myself as well. Again, with some guidance, of course, but for the most part, it was my own doing. And on top of that, my writing is probably one of the most difficult things to explain to people, mainly because most of the time I don't even really know what I'm doing. Like what would happen is, let's say here's an example. I would take something like that, put it down a few octaves and be like, yo, I found something. Or I would, or something else I would do, especially for the piano stuff that I just come up with. I pick a blues scale. That's what I've been doing recently, at least. Pick a blues scale to go with. So let's say I went with the B. Yeah, I think that's the B blues scale. I could be wrong. Probably, I might be wrong, but while playing it, I would just think of something random. So I think the last time I played this melody, it was more like. You gave me cold love and bring me out. You froze my heart, won't let my love come out. You gave me cold love, bring back the fire to my soul, 'cause I can't do this anymore. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. You told me hit the road, Jack, so I'm gonna be on. But when I get big, not gonna remember your song, baby. Because when you left me out, you act like you didn't know me. So don't try to turn it around. Don't try to act like you know me now, 'cause when I needed you most, you weren't there. when I needed you most. You let me So I did that for a reason. The point of that was to show that usually when I come up with anything I come up with, it's usually on the spot and I just decide to write it down later. That would explain my writing process. Now, as far as where the crap comes from, I couldn't tell you. Don't know.
You could read the, like, I think there's a saying, you could read the yellow pages and it's like, literally, as soon as you touch the keys, I'm just like trying to do a million things behind it, just what I'm doing. Like, okay. Just captivate everyone as soon as you start playing and singing.
That's awfully kind of you.
That's true, bro. But yeah, gonna have to keep it moving. So what else was you gonna say? Sorry if me to interrupt him.
Right, no problem. I would say one of the most important things for folks to remember is that you never know, you're most likely not gonna know where the idea comes from, but it's probably a good one to run with.
Yo, if you manage to teach yourself, because I actually play piano, but I actually went for lessons and I can't play like you in a million years. So yeah, I rate you. But I think you've got music in your soul, like it comes from the bones, man. Anyway, big up everyone. Once again, big up to Mario the entertainer. They're like amazing. Had to get him to do a little bit extra there just because that was just next level, and still got goosebumps from last time I met him. Yeah, look at that, proper gentleman there. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all for having me.
Such a gent. Now, thank you. Really appreciate your time. Like, so next we've got, is it Leia? I don't know if I can say your name properly. She's a publisher. She works with adults and children in special needs. Is a self-published, is it poet and for Osborne Books. Are you unmuting?
Oh, sorting myself out.
Hey, there you go. Hi, sorry for the delay. And then we've got the poet spoken
no
afterwards. I'm
worries.
so sorry, everyone.
Yeah. So my name's Elaya Gardez. I'm a self-published author of a poetry book, and also, and the genre is like basically self-love, nature, spirituality, relationships. So it's on various different topics basically. I will read a couple of my poems, but also I was going to say I do wear a couple of different hats as well. So I also work with the, as you said, like children with special needs, mainly kids with autism. And it's only recently that I found out, I mean, obviously because I work with them, but they can actually sense your energy. So like, the times when I'm actually sort of stressed out, or, if I'm letting things get to me, they can pick it up. And the times when I'm actually calmer, more present, they're feeling better. So can you hear me all right? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, we're hearing you. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's a thing with. So I work with two different companies that I work with doing part-time work, and that's kids charity basically, and that's mainly taking the kids out on short breaks, and it's just handling a lot of different challenging behaviors. So the kids can become quite, it's a lot of signs of like, the biting, pulling hair and things like that. Obviously, it's just the way their condition causes them to behave in a certain way. So so that's one of the main sort of jobs that I do. But I've learned to sort of handle these situations and deal with people I mean, I do enjoy, I've got a, you know, a passion for working with kids especially, but I work with adults as well with physical disabilities or, so it just depends on the situation. You know, some have got Alzheimer's and yeah, it's just a case of being there for them. So that's one of the main things that I do. And also I am a independent Osborne organizer. I know that me and Justina had a bit of, you know, trying to make clear what I do because, yeah. So basically that's, you must have heard of Osborne books, the children's books. So I'm basically at the moment, I've recently sort of got involved with it. So it's my own little business. And so just getting myself out there basically. So I've done a couple of play groups where it's a case of reading to children, encouraging them, you know, to enjoy reading. Basically, those are little toddlers, of course. So I am planning to get into schools, and I've got a couple of events lined up where we've got stalls. So I'll be sharing the books there as well. So yeah, it's basically yeah, one of the things I do. I'm going to have a bit of water. Got a sore throat. Yeah, so and as I said, I'm a self-published author as well. So I'm going to read a couple of poems. Yeah, is that all right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So this is from my book, Inspirations. It's probably gone back to front, but that's what happens. So it's called Inspirations by Leah Gardez. This was through Daniela Bleckner where I got it published. She's the founder of Conscious Dreams Publishing. So basically, I'm going to read a couple of poems. These are some of my favourite. So I tend to write about sort of self-love. I mean, that's something I've struggled with throughout my whole life, as most people may have, you know, but to get to me at this stage, it's took me a while. But I think it's all a learning curve. I think everything is a learning curve in life, and especially for the young people. I think me coming from being bullied, and so I can understand what it feels like to be in a situation where you know, you feel like an outcast and not wanted, and sort of it took me years to kind of fit in, so to speak. But then you don't have to really fit in. So like the kids out there, you know, you've got to try and just you've got to learn your own way. I think that's the thing, isn't it? We all have to learn our own way. We can't be like anybody else. So it's good to be different, you know. So this one's called, this is a poem I'm going to read called Just Be Yourself, one I've written. Live in the moment and cherish your heart. Smell the flowers and experience a bright spark. Love yourself like no other and be your own best friend. This journey of self-love never ends. Trust yourself and change your fate. Just being in the now is never late. Do more things that make you happy. Stop the excuses and feeling crappy. Joy is felt doing what you love. Experience peace as a white dove. In sickness and health, for rich or for poor, you have the key to open the door. Today is a new day to start afresh. Get out of bed and just get dressed. Show your true colors to the world. Just be yourself and break the mold. Just be yourself, so true. No one is better than being you. You are incredible, unique, one of a kind. No one can take your place, as you are a rare gem to find. So that's one of mine. And then we've got another one I'm just going to do as well. I have the key, it's called. I have the key to transform my world. I have the key to my heart. I have the key to open door of opportunities. I have the key to peace. I have the key to let God in. I have the key to love. I have the key to all possibilities. I have the key to be open and honest. I have the key to wisdom. I have the key to health. I have the key to light up my world. I have the key of choices. I have the key of wealth. I have the key of forgiveness. I have the key to faith and trust. I have the key to believe in myself. I have the key to being in the moment. I have the key to celebrate myself and my uniqueness, for I am the key to my life. Yeah, so that's so my book is actually available in Waterstones and online and foils as well,
Hold it up
and
close
as
to
well as
the
Amazon.
what's it called?
Pardon?
Hold it up close to the camera. What is it called?
Can you see it? Is it
That's
the front? Yeah,
no, yeah.
yeah. So that's
Plug it properly, girl.
pardon?
Got to plug it properly.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah. I thought I'd read a couple. So they're quite short poems, most of them, but it's mainly about my experiences, and I got the inspiration to writing when I went for a walk, and my first poem was like, "Or be like a tree," and it was basically I saw the tree, and I just you know, the idea just came to me. So yeah, that's how.
I love that. Inspiration comes from everywhere and anywhere. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, I can read you that one as well. Just
Yeah,
that
if
one.
you like. If not, we're gonna move on to another poet from USA.
Oh, okay. If I can find it, that is. Because I thought I'd just read these two. But that one I've shared quite a bit. That was my very first one.
Is it like quite important to like your poetry career?
Pardon?
Is it like quite important to your poetry career sort of thing? Started you off?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've only written one book, but still, it's you know, something.
You know, I've
I've
only
got
written
it
one.
out. I've got it out now.
Okay.
I think we've all got something inside of us that we can share with the world. So it's a case of just. Oh, I might have to just leave that one. I've got quite a few, you know, but yeah.
Okay, well, we have to push for time, so I do
Alright.
appreciate the and I haven't put the thing the link
Thank
yet.
you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here, and I will put the links for Osborne Books and for the stuff that you're doing in the chat. And thanks again for sharing some of your poetry and being on this platform with us.
All right, thank you. Cheers.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Next, we have to end the show. We have the poet has spoken live from the USA. If he's in the building, I can see his name. I don't know if he's actually there. You there, bro? I know it's been a bit.
Yeah,
delayed.
I'm here.
Hey, you put your camera on.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm here. How y'all doing? How
Hey.
everybody doing?
So he's part of the Galaxy of Poets and like a big what do you call it? What's the word again? Collab. What's not the collab? What you like? I'll let you tell them more about what you do.
Well, I'm the founder and president of the Galaxy of Poets. We are, to best explain it, we are actually in the process of doing a 501c3, which is going to actually make us a nonprofit. So our mission statement is the Galaxy of Poets, a nonprofit organization made up of a diverse group of collectives and various artists that promote, strengthen, and building community through creative expression. By building platforms of artistic expression for other artists and paving avenues of expression in order to build and rebuild all communities, realizing that mental health challenges of today, realizing the mental health challenges of today, we work to build outlets that are safe spaces where a creator can speak their truth without judgment. So that's what the
Can I
organization.
copy and paste all of that and put it on what I'm doing? Because that is that is the best way of saying it. Literally, that's what the event is about, isn't it? And so that's why I love you. I love we worked together a few times now, and yeah, that was perfect. Carry on, man. But yeah, I'm gonna steal some of that. Joking.
So before I get into any pieces, touch on a few things. My main focus, mental health, is bringing awareness to mental health. I'm definitely a mental health advocate, and also domestic abuse or domestic violence. But on the flip side, coming from a man's perspective that's not talked about enough, where it is the man that is being abused, and also Black awareness. And my new one that because we just lost someone, my daughter lost her stepfather to COVID, and he may have had some underlying health issues. Every day I'm telling men, all men, make sure that you get your monthly checks, your yearly checks. If something is wrong, if something hurts, go to the doctor, because no men don't like going to the doctor. But we have to start going to the doctor to get ourselves checked. I'm going to share, because of a conversation that sparked earlier, I'm going to share this poem. And I'll tell you the title afterwards, but you'll probably be able to figure out the title. I never said that I wanted to be friends with you. I never said that I wanted to travel through life with you. Sometimes when it is a D, it looks like a B. Sometimes when it's a 3, it looks like an E. Why are you doing this to me? Some laugh, some know because they walk through the same doors I do. Just because my mind works differently doesn't make you better than me. See, I am a weirdo. And yes, weirdos' lives matter too. We don't think like regular people. That is what makes us great. So today I embrace you. I promise to love you because you are a part of me. So let me introduce you to the world. Everyone, meet Dyslexia, who is a part of me that I finally embraced. Now let's take over. As we fuse as one, no longer are you a defect. I will use you as a weapon. See, it's not that we see things backwards. It's that we see ancient codes left by our ancestors of long ago. Sorry, you don't have the power that we do. We have pure blood running through us. That is a dedication to dyslexia. I've lived with it all my life, but I mean, sometimes I see things backwards, but I always tell someone when it happens, there goes dyslexia again. But I don't see it as a dysfunction. It's something that was given to me and was given to me for a reason. So I use it now. Just how much time do I have?
You're good. You're ending the show. We're already late, so do your thing, bro.
All right, cool. I'll do a mental health piece. I suffered from mental health issues, but I didn't know it. When I learned more about me, I was able to see and sympathize with those just like me. How can I be mad, upset, or judgmental towards you for going through the same things that I go through? When my therapist helped me to see me, I was able to see the beauty in thee. Didn't matter to me any longer if you had anxiety, bipolar, or depression. I seen your superpower. I seen your weapon. I no longer look at you differently than what I see when I look at me. You're great. You're wonderful. We have to realize sometimes the things that we hide on the inside are things that we need to take outside to allow the world to see. And the world needs to allow you to be. I suffer from mental health issues, but I didn't know it. Judgmental and I are no longer in a relationship we had to break up because even though I have God in me, judgment is not for me. No longer do I allow what the world calls my dysfunctional abilities to weigh me down. I wear them as my crown. I suffered from mental health issues, but I didn't know it. I now embrace my identity. I embrace what was made for me. I now embrace me. There is, and within the last month, there have been a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old that has been taken from us from street violence. And it's definitely saddens me because not only because I have children, but to lose your life for the foolishness of people just shooting into crowds or into buildings just because it just really bad. So I created this poem. Will you answer the call? Let's go back. Remember them days of shooting dice with the concrete knees, selling coke and dope scene flings, everybody still waiting on Martin Luther's dream. Malcolm said it by any means. What are you going to do to make things better for these young Black seeds? When we going to protect them and stop seeing them die in these streets? They want to go back to hustling. They ask your boy, you coming through? I would have to be a fool. Biggie gave you the warning to listen to, but you still don't want to go to school. Who's to blame? Does it matter if it's Ricky or Kane? It's still another Black man's flame. Sometimes it is the disrespect of a queen because some of us got Jamal Lewis and Chris Brown Wade, but the majority is a fraternity of brotherhood, holding you accountable for what's good. And even when you right, the badge still kills you for wearing Trayvon Hood at night. They said Black Lives Matter. Where? Because what I've been shown is Black lives don't care. Over there, another child dead over your foolishness. What did they have to do with this? Nothing. You just wanted to shine your pride, wanted to claim the crown of the gangster life. They didn't get the memo though. The streets are infinity and oath. So let it go. You will be either dead on arrival or become a lifetime of behind bars star. Let's change the atmosphere. Let's get rid of the smog. Clean air for all. Ring, ring, ring. Will you answer the call? Hello, my name is Naya, and I am 6 years old, and because somebody chose to grab a gun and fully load it, slide the clip in, cock it back, and squeeze on me and 5 members of my family, all adults live. Me, I'm dead. Sitting next to God, asking him why. Why did I have to die? Because these people don't want to love and live life. Y'all bugging. And even me at 6 years old, I can see into your soul. I can see everything that's in you. A lot of you are scared to put down the guns and pick them hands up, fight it out, and like I've said before, shake afterwards. No more. Let not another child die in these streets. By any means, protect the babies. If we have to take it back to the Black Panther ways, then so be it. Everybody mount up and grab the AKs, but I'm gonna keep it clean. What you gonna do? You gonna keep letting the phone ring, or are you going to answer the call? That's that. I also have a book out. It is called The Anthology of Thought.
Hard to see with your background on.
Yeah, I'm about to turn it off now.
Oh, I didn't put any other comments in this thing.
No, I need to turn the background off, and I don't know if I can. It's called The Anthology of Thought. I wrote the book about a month ago. And it's my actual thoughts over about 60 days that I compiled into a book. And I will read a couple of the inserts out of the book. When we stand together, we cannot lose. Pick your brother up. When he falls, do not step on him. Sometimes you will doubt yourself. Shake it off, then keep going. Every time the storm comes, push through it. Strength is in you to make it. And this one right here is one of my favorites. When you feel like you are drowning, take a deep breath. Step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can swim.
Sometimes them short, profound ones just hit you to the core and tell you what you need to hear.
Say that one more time.
I said sometimes them short, profound ones just hit you to the core and tell you what you need to hear. Just boom, boom.
Absolutely.
One more time, what's your book called before we bounce?
The book is called The Anthology of Thought, and it is on Amazon. You can on Amazon it's $17.99. If you contact me, get it from me directly, it will only be $10.
Well, we're obviously here in the UK, but we can sort it out. But I've put in the links, your Facebook page and your Insta, thepoet.has.spoken. For anybody who isn't following, make sure you follow him. See a lot of
and follow the Galaxy of Poets on Facebook and Instagram as well. We're gonna be and Clubhouse. We're gonna be doing a lot of exciting things for Clubhouse coming up, just to give people a chance to do some things fun. A couple of shows that we have on IG, we're going to transition to Clubhouse as well. So it's a lot going on, a lot of good things going on.
Definitely. Well, no doubt I'll see you on Insta Live later, because obviously, what time is it there now?
It is 12:01.
Yeah, so
PM.
I appreciate you for jumping on so early and being on here all that time. And sorry it was a bit longer. Everybody that's been on here.
Listen, I'm always here to support you.
It's because we're on the same vibes, the mental health, the creative vibes, connecting everyone, putting everyone on a platform. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Got to do this together.
Amen. So thank you once again, everyone. Check him out. Cecile, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm so glad you dropped a little lyric. I love to hear it. I can't wait to hear more. So yeah, the poet spoken. You missed her. She reckons she didn't want to share a lyric, didn't she? Bust a lyric. Everyone was like picking a mouse up off the floor. So when we do Insta Live, I'm going to bring her in and she's going to drop a lyric. She doesn't know it yet, but it's a signed deal. Put it in.
Yeah.
Everybody, Hazel, thank you so much as well for staying the whole duration of this. Like, I know it's been a long time. Hanifa as well, like my G, if he's still there, been staying there the whole time. Hazel, hi Hazel. Oh, just
Alright. Really enjoyed it. Thank you. Some
No,
great,
thank
great
you.
speakers, great poets. Brilliant. Thank you.
Hazel
Great
was
session.
uni,
Great
so
session. Oh, great
Hanifa, you
session.
enjoyed
Just
it?
yeah, great session. Nice mix of the young ones and the more seasoned ones and those who are trying to get out there and the whole thing. Yeah. Good, excellent.
Good vibes, innit? Good
Excellent.
vibes all around. And
Good,
Tishi
good vibe.
in the building the whole time as well, my girl, my little sister there. Dee Bailey, big love as always. Everyone that knows Dee Bailey knows that she helped me start talking out loud. So, well, not talking out loud because I've talked for England, but Dee Bailey, you there? Love. Everybody.
Always.
You there? Yeah, good up.
Of course I'm here. Of course I'm here. Well done. Well done, everybody. This is a kind of thing, hand on heart. I've listened and I kind of dipped in and out due to certain things I was doing today. This is the kind of thing that people pay a lot of money for and they don't get a fraction of what was delivered today. Don't get a fraction of that and pay a lot of money. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So thank you.
No, joking, no, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, please, for joining on Poet Spoken. Love as always. Everybody that's been on today that's not here now. My little co-host, she had to go, bless her. She was amazing, wasn't she? Hey, can everyone just like she's now because she was so nervous, but yeah, she's done amazing.
She did very well. Tell her thank you. Yeah, from all of us.
Well,
That's excellent. Yeah.
I'll let you
Okay.
go. Yeah. Now. Much love, much love.
All right. Much love. You take care. We talk soon.
Love, gang.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.